The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday, February 25th, 2022, and this dumbass show shall begin right now. Hell yeah! Really catching up after the week off that we had. It is fantastic to be here. Thank you all for watching at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. Big day, big day. We got a $58,000 giveaway. That's right. Yesterday we announced we'd have a Feel Good Friday giveaway. We didn't know how to determine the amount of money we'd give away, so we decided that whatever percentage Hammer Dahn went last night is the amount of thousands we'd give away. They won 58%.
How about that, huh?
Shout out to the Canadians.
At Tone Diggs and at Bubba Gumpino and PMI Mitt, came through in a beautiful fashion. 58%, not bad.
Not bad.
It's above average, obviously, in the gambling world.
53 is what you need to win.
Bingo. So there we go. 5% higher. It was,
Here
we go 5 points higher than the average. Is how somebody else in a suit would say that. But boy, that could have got ugly. We made the announcement. We made the decision. We put it out there. And now their results are determining how happy fans in a giveaway is.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
And we've been saying for like a year now at this point, hey, this group wins somehow.
Mm-hmm.
They do all the things you're not supposed to do to the gambling gods. They get on microphones and they project loud as they can, screaming at the top of their lungs at Radio Row.
Yeah, that's right.
With cowboy hats on and such. This is what we're betting on tonight. And they've been winning and winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. And then all of a sudden we do a Feel Good Friday giveaway depending upon how they do. What if we would only been able to give away like 10,000?
Oh, that wouldn't have been good.
Oh my God, might have had to end the show.
Yeah. Would not have been good.
Happy you guys are above the 53% standpoint, but also would have been sweet to go 80. Would have been pricey for the company. I appreciate you guys not doing that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you guys looking out for the good of the company there. 58 seems right. We're going to give away 50. You're like, we'll be the heroes. We'll raise it 8,000.
That's right.
Wow.
So we'll announce that giveaway at some point today. We can't thank you enough for being here. The Talks Table is always looking fresh and fantastic. At Boston Connor, obviously, with a smack.
Done.
I head there tonight. First time in like 3-4 weeks.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Hershey, Pennsylvania, dude.
Here we go.
The home of Christian Pulisic.
And
that's right.
Hershey.
And in general, chocolate.
Yeah.
The squirts and stuff.
Pretty sweet.
Should be a blast. There's going to be a lot of folks there, I think. I don't know how far of a drive that is from Pittsburgh. I think some people are making the trip. I think there's some other stuff. Should be a fun night. Great to be back. Thank you for wearing that shirt. Mullet looks fantastic. But let's talk about the fucking fashion icon.
Yeah.
Sitting next to you right now. Ty Schmidt, obviously in the all denim today. Rocking the boot Nikes. What is the big occasion? The John Deere shirt only comes out for big time things. What is it today?
I was flipping through the internet last night and I saw a nice Deere product that I was thinking about, maybe buying because I got some work I'm gonna have to do in my backyard here. So I was, just going through looking at Gator prices and just kind of reminding myself, that nothing runs like a deer. I opened my closet up this morning. I said, fuck it, times like these. Nothing runs like a deer. Nothing's as reliable as a deer. I got to put the deer jacket on.
Ty
It's as
has
simple
to
as
have a
that.
side deal with the deer, right?
I wish.
That promo
I
that
wish.
you just got right there, he just got a free zero turn probably. Is that what we're looking for?
No, I'd love one. I'd love one. Or a gator,
That's the end game. That's the end game.
But yeah, just when times call for it, when times get tough, this thing kind of just it somehow peeps out a little bit more. I said, "Fuck it, give me the deer sweater. I'm going today."
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Normally you wear sweats and you dress like a jackass.
Sweatshirt.
Normally you dress like a 15-year-old going to a high school class or maybe a college kid. You like to be comfortable, and it doesn't matter because that brain and the mouth are so good. You can dress however the hell you want. You've been to some places dressed like a jackass.
Oh yeah, you kidding
and this
me?
is coming
Speaker's
from
balcony, wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
This is coming from a guy that wears tank tops. All right, but I'm just saying, like, I understand that. Whenever I saw you today, all dressed up. I'm like, it must be a big day. And thank you for that for this Feel Good Friday.
You bet. Got to do it sometimes.
Shout out to John Deere, by the way.
Shout out to John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
Shout out to Boys in the Back. It's been a hell of a week. At Nick Morado, they had John Hamm on Hockey Talk. Make sure we enjoy that. That's good news.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Incredible guy.
Put me in the column of John Hamm's coolest dude on earth.
That's
Yeah.
right.
He was awesome.
Unbelievable.
Loves the hockey.
Very knowledgeable.
And the Celtics.
And Dahn.
And the Tide.
In town, too, which he would do. Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I don't
Get
think-
on it, Ben.
Well, Ben's got a lot going on.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, so
true.
J-Lo's ruining the town, too.
Yeah, man. I mean, love. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, he's
Life
still
matters
hacking
too.
butts.
At Viva Lazito's here, always spinning plates, looking fantastic. At Evan Foxy, and one half of the Hammered Down Cowboys. Gumpy looks probably the coolest I've ever seen him look.
Yeah, great look.
How do you feel, Gump? You feel alive in that?
This LA hat really hit in LA. I feel like I need to eat a little bit more.
Yeah.
Seen it sitting on the floor this morning. I said, "You're coming with me today, friend."
Hey, congrats, Hat. It's Feel Good Friday.
You're back. You're
That's
fucking
right.
back.
Hey, good for the hat. Good for you.
Congrats, Hat and Gubby.
It's a crazy time to be alive.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have war in our pocket.
Yeah.
You open your phone and there's literally a war happening that's happening in real time
Yep.
on your phone. And it feels like, 2022, how's this happen? And I think just like everybody else, I'm rather distraught about everything
shook.
going on. I think like last night, my wife and I just sat there flipping through all the different political channels. And just like I said yesterday, I'm looking for one of them to be like, yeah, everything's all right. But still, same thing.
Yeah.
And then everybody's message is basically like, hey, this is only going to get worse. Like, this is only going to get worse. How long? Who knows? But I want to let everybody know we will continue to be the dumbasses.
Sure.
on the screen
Of
for you.
course.
As long as you will have us, we are lucky to be here. A distraction, a whatever you need. Right now, though, I would like to dive into something that happens in media. And I would assume it happens in the real media. I'm just going to say the sports media world because that's where I live, right? This is where I live.
Sure.
So yesterday, a person who we are a massive fan of, okay?
Huge.
Have to get that out right now.
Yeah.
Some would say-
Friend of the
some would
program.
say a friend.
Friend of the program. Big fan. Okay. Diana Rossini a couple days ago reported that league sources are telling her that this decision with the Packers will be soon. That followed up Aaron telling us basically like, hey, my decision will be coming soon. So now her sources around the league are telling her, and then the source himself is telling basically everybody, hey, this is going to wrap up pretty quickly, which is fantastic. So Rich Eisen had Diana Rossini on to hear what else she is hearing from around the league source. Anonymous league sources, and the league is large.
Big
league.
league.
Is the league is very, very large. A lot of people. Once again, Diana Rossini, very plugged in. So let's assume this is coming from somebody that is notable in the league, although other people who source league sources could be sourcing a janitor that works in an NFL building because that is somebody that is in the NFL. Now, granted, league sources you'd hope would be a scout or a coach or somebody of importance, but anytime you put anonymous in front of it, you can't bank on that being the case because it's might and probably not the case. So Diana Rossini went on Rich Eisen yesterday to explain further about what she's hearing from league sources, and this is what she told our friend Rich.
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense for him to protect himself, to see what the Green Bay Packers are going to be willing to pay him, because from the conversations I've had with a lot of people in the league, he wants to be the highest paid player in the NFL by a wide margin. So we're talking about $50 million a year. And we know the cap situation the Green Bay Packers are in. We know Devontae Adams needs to get paid. So there's a lot on the table. And speaking of tables, there's also multiple teams that are waiting to see what happens here because they are hoping and willing to make a trade for him.
That's a large chunk of the pie right there. 50 mil a year?
Okay, so there is the league sources, who, by the way, the league sources could be from teams that their fan bases might be like, hey, are we thinking about getting Aaron Rodgers? And that source could be from that team to tell Diana Rossini. Not saying Diana Rossini is making it. We have high respect for Diana Rossini.
Love Diana.
Yeah.
Would like to Diana Rossini got us through like 2 months of like the World Stoppage. Have that. But you have to think about why would league source, anonymous league source, tell Diana that information. Well, maybe it's a team trying to save their ass and saying, well, $50 million, our fans wouldn't expect us to pay him $50 million, so there's no reason for them to expect us to go get him. Let's get in front of this now. Maybe that is why they're leaking that potential information. Do they know if that information is true? Were they told that information from somebody else that was maybe covering their ass? Maybe. That's potentially the case. But we don't know because nobody really has a Packers source with a name on it that says that is true or not true. So then that comment leads to, obviously, because it's Aaron Rodgers, and I know people that watch this show send me tweets that they hate that we talk about Aaron Rodgers as much. It's the back-to-back MVP of the league that we cover, so, I mean, it's a situation you're going to have to talk about.
Come on.
And we're not the only ones, by the way. All of sports media talks about Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers, for a long time, was an enigma. We got a chance to chat about him. He has become a thing, and he's a back-to-back fucking MVP. Yeah. And his future, we don't know about. So this morning, it just became a full-on quake about how Aaron Rodgers is now asking for $50 million. There's no alleged that he's asking for $50 million. There's no thought of, hey, this might have been bullshit to, not Diana, the source telling Diana, which is something that happens. So then you start going around the internet, right? Greg Jennings this morning went bananas on First Things First. He says Aaron Rodgers has been a very selfish guy. I go back to personal experiences. His words to me were, don't be that guy. All of a sudden, it's about the money. Greg Jennings on reports that Rodgers wants to be the NFL's highest paid player, which, by the way, we don't know if that report is real or not, right? That's just an alleged source. But that leads to all morning talk about Aaron Rodgers being a selfish guy. Greg Jennings goes on a 4-minute run, okay, that Nick Wright is prodding out of him to tell terrible stories about Aaron Rodgers that maybe, listen, Greg and Aaron have their own relationship. I don't know it. I don't know Greg. They do that. But it becomes a 4-minute thing about how Aaron is a selfish prick. He wants his money, and he also wants to win. He's been holding them hostage. This is why there's information. Has he ever won out of January, February? This is Greg Jennings saying all these things. And then at the end, Greg Jennings tells a story about how Aaron went up to him one time, don't be that guy where you get paid and then you try to go get more money, renegotiate your contract because you're doing that. And now he's being that guy. And it's all like, in the background from Nick Wright and the other hosts and everything like that. And once again, this is all from an anonymous league source. This happens. That leads to that clip, because it's good internet, being put onto the internet, okay? And if you look at the reaction of that, now there's people quote tweeting this tweet that they put out. Peter Bukowski, who covers the Green Bay Packers. Packers fans love to get mad at Greg Jennings, but he's right about the disconnect between Rodgers wanting $50 million and wanting to keep key guys like Adams, okay? So he has big time following, by the way. 34,000 Packers fans follow him. So that's a lot of fans, obviously, on the internet. If he wants his we don't know if he wants $50 million. Right. Peter Bukowski quote tweeted Greg Jennings burying Aaron Rodgers from a source that was from around the league yesterday anonymously on Rich Eisen's show. He's not the only one that quote tweets this, obviously. Nick Wright, the host of the show, quote tweets this to amplify this. And Nick Wright in the middle of the whole thing, can you tell me that personal story about how terrible of a person he is, because we have the opportunity to do that right now because there's an anonymous source that said something that we have no idea if it's true or not. So that leads ultimately to Packers fans and fans in general having an opinion about Aaron Rodgers. Greg here at Pac-Man GDI, he has like 2,000 followers. I checked him out. I assume he's just a Packers fan at Pac-Man. I back Greg Jennings on this 100%. Aaron Rodgers is a prime example of wanting to have your cake and eat it too. Okay, so the narrative that they wanted to build worked, right? I don't know, Pac-Man probably hasn't liked Aaron at all for a long time. But whenever you're hearing these terrible things about somebody, you can easily see, oh, I fucking hate this guy. With that being said, I understand people are going to say that I go to bat for Aaron because he's a friend of mine. I do. But for a long time, narratives like this have just gone unchecked about this dude. And everybody has kind of let the snowball, boom, 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 prima donna fucking asshole, arrogant, standoffish prick has become down there. And we try to stop it. So and he doesn't need us to go to bat for him, by the way.
No.
He's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
He's a very successful person. He has business ventures. He does his thing. And, he will poop and puke at the same time, make his body feel better.
That's right.
So I just thought, has anybody just thought about like maybe just asking him? So I text him, that's not true.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff this morning about ruining him. And I don't normally do this, by the way. I wouldn't normally text Aaron out of nowhere. I don't think we're that, like, I don't want to interrupt his life. We obviously get along. We're obviously friendly with each other. But like every single report I'm not going to do, I send him, hey man, reports are that you want to be the highest paid player by a wide margin, whatever. Is that the thing that you are currently like stumping for? Like, is that what's going on right now? And categorically false is what I was. And it's just insane to think about that the amount of fans that heard Greg Jennings, former teammate, bring up all these. By the way, Greg Jennings and Aaron, they can figure out. I'm not getting in the middle of that.
Different story.
But the entire narrative of it all is already run, and it's a whole cycle almost on the internet, and it just feeds to the fact that this guy's a fucking asshole. When he might be, but I don't know. He talks to us for like an hour every single week during the season. I feel like we've learned a lot about him. A lot of people that are, like 4-time MVPs might have a little asshole in them every once in a while. But I don't think the narrative about all this is anywhere near accurate, just strictly because what I was told from my source, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. This is how it's always been, though, with him, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, divisive, obviously. And then you expect, especially now with all the stuff that's happened and like the will they, won't they, it's been a couple off seasons now, like that, exactly what you're doing when this comes up. Like it's, the fan base, I don't want to say it's divided because it's not. I think much more people want him back than not, but like you will see after this, like a lot more people saying like, you know what, they're right. He is an asshole. Greg Jennings is, and whatever.
Can't afford him.
Yeah.
Can't afford that.
Exactly.
And that, by the way, that league source was probably telling Diana that from another team that was probably their fan base was wondering if they were going to, well, it just gives you an easy, I can't pay somebody. You want to pay a quarterback $50 million? I don't care who the fucking quarterback is. You can't pay him $50 million. Like, that's an easy thing to spin. And it almost, like, that thing is just gone before it even gets talked about.
Because they just took it as, truth 100%. And obviously when you see Greg Jennings going on there, like, I think it's almost like take it with a grain of salt because they knew that this is what he was going to do. Like, this is exactly, in terms of, to your point about the media, like, building a narrative, like, you don't see James, granted, he works for NFL Network, but like James Jones, a guy who has been on Aaron's side and was a teammate of his and has never had a bad thing to say. Like, they're not asking him about this. You know what I mean?
AJ, he'll get asked today. Man.
Exactly. So it just...
By us. AJ will get asked by us today about this. But it was very interesting to me because I'm like, oh, this is how they do it. Like, it was like right in front of our face almost. Because I got a lot of people tweeting me about, how's your little asshole friend, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, maybe he's lying to us every single Tuesday. Maybe he's lying to us in the whole thing. Or maybe the anonymous source was saying it just to cover their own ass. What's up, Tom?
Well, and here's the best/worst part. The people who liked what Jennings was saying will then hear you say that you texted Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers said, that's not true at all. But they'll come up with something and say that he's either lying to you or why would he tell you the truth or whatever like that.
They're just
whatever their narrative is.
Well, they're painting it as like that's the only reason why he did any of this is because he wanted the most money. It's like, I don't think that has been the case at all, unless he is an incredible, like, just an absolutely, and he might get $50 million. I'm not saying he's not going to get $50 million,
right.
But or 60, whatever the hell he's going to get. I mean, if you do actual finances for how much he's probably worth to the Green Bay Packers with jerseys sold and marketing and everything like that, and we don't have to get into that entire game, especially because you're in a salary cap league in which you got to build a team, so that is an asinine thing to do. But he might get, I have no idea what he's going to actually get. He might get that. That might be what his people are looking for. He'd be worth it, obviously, whenever you think about that. But to act as if this is what he's been, this is what he's been. This is why.
This is what he wants.
This is what he wants, man. He wants to be the highest paid player by a wide margin. That's it. It's like, I don't think that is what he's only looking for. Like, obviously, business has to happen, but I don't think that's his main narrative, just strictly because I asked and he said no. So I don't know. He might have lied to me, though. What the fuck do I know?
There's no way. I mean, Ty said this from the beginning, though. Like, he's a polarizing figure. You're either going to hate him or you're going to like him. And obviously, at this point, the people who hear this from Greg Jennings and Diana Rossini, it's just more so of a back to their thoughts.
Once again, not from Rossini.
Not from Rossini, although
Rossini's source,
which also is a massive problem that, if you hear league source, you can take that as gospel. And, it's like Wikipedia on a paper. If you're turning it in, that's a source. You can't do that. Like, and you've talked about this. There shouldn't be anonymous sources in the NFL. Like, put your stamp on it or something.
Listen, I get attacked by the actual media people whenever I say that because it's protection. You don't get it.
Of course.
You don't understand, people having to have jobs and relationships and networking while still wanting to make the world a better place. That's what I get told every time. Because I've been asked numerous times to go, hey, will you anonymous off the record, blah, blah, blah. Will you take this anonymous quiz or whatever? And I've always just been too big of an idiot or too much pride. I'm like, no, everything I vote on and everything I talk about, I would like people to know it's me.
Yeah.
I'd like people to know, hey, Pat McAfee said that. Because they either hate it or love it. I think it's going to be good probably, so I'd like credit for it. But also, if they hate it, I think they should at least know where it's coming from. But in the real world, anonymous sources obviously much more needed, I think, right? Because I think we're all realizing, the fairy tale land that we hope.
Yeah, life and death.
Yeah, we hope like fairy tale happens. And I think we have to remember this. We hope that this fairy tale world happens in which everybody gets everything they deserve. Everybody gets every opportunity they deserve. Everybody's happy. Everybody loves everybody. Everybody makes no mistakes. Everybody, we all want this world. But I think right now, more so than ever, we are getting smacked right in the mouth that the real world is not necessarily this world that we all think, we're living in already, because a lot of people get real mad whenever something happens. Because, they're passionate about and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, love the passion, but also know this is probably going to happen a little bit before we get to this euphoric world that we're hoping to live in. Right now, I think everybody is kind of realizing that, oh, shit, life, this is a real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World is a real thing. There's people that, might not say bad things about people, but also just fucking get in a tank and run over a car. Just people that look exactly like them. By the way. 2022, people look exactly like them. People that they probably could have been related to, just walking in, just sending missiles on. That's happening in real life right now.
That's why right now we need something that we could believe in. And right now, that one thing is the ghost. Okay.
Hey, what's his confirmed wins?
I think the ghost is up to 78 splashdowns at this point.
Yeah.
The Ghost of Kiev is who you were talking about.
Yeah, the ghost.
Was introduced to the internet last night. And remember, War in Your Pocket. This is going to be an interesting time that we will talk about.
Forever. Yeah.
First time ever, you just pull out your phone, open it up,
nuts.
and the first thing you see is actual war. Not a documentary of the old war, not World War whatever put into color, which they have done to make it more realistic and everything like that. It's actual real world. This is happening right now. Holy hell, big things happen. The Ghost of Kiev was introduced to the world last night. Had 6 confirmed.
Yesterday.
Yeah, 6 on 1.
Dog fight wins.
Yeah. And then there was a video today that came out of him getting another splashdown.
We don't know if it was him, but we do assume it is him.
Right. With his tactics, based on what we've seen, that was definitely him.
He is looking, listen, the Ghost of Kiev is looking to put together the first undefeated season in the history of dogfight wars.
Yeah.
You would just assume, and I think that's why Top Gun and everything was so looked upon as awesome, and those fighter pilots looked at as badasses, because you just assume a lot of you aren't going to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're dealing with aviation, you're dealing with tech, you're dealing with missiles, and then you're dealing with everything else that's going on at 500 miles an hour, 600 miles an hour?
At least.
And it's just, but it's a massive part of everything, old wars looking into it. But this Ghost of Kiev, I guess this guy's a throwback.
Yeah.
Just a fucking absolute stud in the sky, dude. But it's...
He feeds on destroying enemy aircraft. He doesn't even have to refuel. We were talking about earlier. He just flies right through the jet path of one of his splashdowns, and he just fuels
he
up
takes
that way.
theirs.
Scoops up the fuel.
It's like the video game where you used to run through bubbles.
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
That's what the Ghost of Kiev does.
That's right.
Man, it's crazy. I hope everybody... T's and P's to everybody.
Yeah. T's and P's.
Let's get to a break. Ian Rapport will join us on the other side. on this Feel Good Friday.
Here we go,
Talking
Rodgers.
sports. I'll tell you what, it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. If you think you're having a bad day, just think about it again.
That's,
legitimate.
Good way of putting it.
That traffic out of town.
Oh.
Where I guess they're reporting now, multiple places are reporting that the women and children of Ukraine are allowed to leave, but any men from 18 to 60 or whatever it is have to stay and fight.
I think they said they handed out 120,000 assault weapons to citizens in Kyiv the other night.
And then there was a report that they were urging their citizens to make Molotov cocktails and throw them. It's only going to continue.
Yep.
All right, let's go. I hope everybody survives.
Go T's and P's, everybody.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes. Ian Rapport's on the other side. It's a crazy time to be alive. We might as well enjoy something and, be grateful for something as well.
That's right.
With everything
Bingo.
going on. Real eye-opening experience, a resetter on like, oh shit, life is life. Perspective is found quickly in these moments. Let's never forget it. We'll see you in 4 minutes. Ian Rapport's on the other side. Cheers. Why is football the greatest sport on earth? And do you think football is the greatest sport on earth? And why do you like football?
That's a really deep question there, Pat.
I know. I think I can get a good answer out of you, though. Like, I think you'd be able to talk about it in a way that I think a lot of people haven't because you've been at the pinnacle of it for so damn long and inside of it. And your brain is a pretty fantastic one. We've learned here over the last few weeks, obviously. Last few weeks, that's it. That's all the time we've learned that.
I think it's the greatest sport in the world for one main reason. It is a true team sport where it is damn near impossible for one person to dominate an entire game. And if you look at other team sports, basketball with 5 guys on the court, I think you've seen multiple players over the years. Maybe one player, maybe 1 or 2 players on a squad be able to dominate and win championships. Baseball, you can have a dominant pitcher and win championships. Soccer, you can have a dominant forward and or goalie. That seems to be a little more of a team sport, but you don't have 11 players engaged at the same time on every play. It is truly a sport reliant on every player on the field to do their job in order to be successful. And I think that's why at times, certain star players can get maybe too much credit and maybe too much blame on the flip side, because it does take so many players at the same time in 3 phases to win football games. And I think that's the beauty and the draw of our sport, is that something new happens all the time, because you are literally dealing with 11 humans on the field at one time who all have lives outside of football, and there's distractions, there's a reliance on coaching, there's a reliance on preparation, there's a reliance on diet and performance. I just think there's so many facets to it that you see something new every single week, and I think that's the beauty in our game. When it comes to the love that I have for it, it's rooted, and I think like any player who's played for a long time, the love is not just about our sport, it's about competition. And I think there's nothing in the world for me that fills that need and that hole I have like competition. I think players who played for a long time at a high level, you have that need to be satiated competitively, and it's a love of going out there and going against guys and being in an environment where you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that's why I, at times, I've taken umbrage to people saying that it's easy, because it's not easy. It's never easy. And I think that's the beauty in our game, is that you see things new every single week. It's never easy. And your only thing you're guaranteed is the ability to compete. I love that aspect of it. I love competing. I love going out there and harnessing the fear of failure, where I think so many people who maybe don't love football as much, the root of that is a deep fear of failure, that you might go out there and your best might not be good enough, and that's not okay with you.
Not sticky at all, these gloves. Yeah! Did you see that? That's what I thought. Not sticky at all, these gloves.
Yeah, you grab
Not
that.
sticky at all. Yeah! These gloves are just like so slick. They're so slick, it's hard to catch stuff. Shit! It's so difficult to catch stuff. I don't know how these kids are doing it. I have no idea what's going on. Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. Today's show is sponsored by the best ticket app on planet Earth and
The Moon!
Hey, it's been a little bit. You guys nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is the best on the moon.
Wow, this show's choreographed.
True.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Scripted.
I saw my lines to the teleprompter
Yep.
right there, so it was
And we
easy.
practiced for a couple hours before the show, too. So I wasn't going to miss that one.
Somebody said that about our show. It's awesome. Maybe the best compliment we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I take it as a compliment. Some of the other stuff, take it or leave it. But I think, maybe it is choreographed.
I didn't listen to the whole thing, whatever the case. We're back to living, and that means you can get $20 off tickets at SeatGeek with promo code McAfee. We got the NBA, NHL,
Also.
So I was late on that one, see? How could that be choreographed?
Teleprompter, what is it? Is it frozen back there, the teleprompter? And WWE all in full swing, and they're all on SeatGeek. SeatGeek puts tickets from all over the web in one place to make buying simple. SeatGeek wants to make sure you're getting a good deal, so look for the green dots. Green means good deal. Red means bad deal.
Good to know.
And what that means is they have a tech that scans the entire internet for the tickets for the same event that you're looking to go to. And they compare the prices of the ticket that you're getting versus the tickets that are available elsewhere. And they will let you know, like, hey, this is a terrible deal, but if you need a ticket, here's the ticket.
Yeah, get it.
The green one says, hey, good deal, good ticket. And they'll never catfish you. SeatGeek has all the checks in place to make sure that doesn't happen. Get $20 off your first purchase with promo code McAfee. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. First purchase. I mean, we're way past it. We're like 4 years past first purchase. Hey, Ticket Stitch, figure it out.
Come on,
It'll be 100th.
We need a better deal. Yeah, because it's really the only place to shop for tickets. So once you get in there, you're going to be there for a long time. First one. I mean, if you're not doing it, come on.
Yeah.
Reward them.
Joining us now is a senior NFL insider for NFL Network and NFL.com.
Whoa.
Fresh off the Bunny Hill with his family. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess he is still alive. Congratulations. The host of the weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being friends, him being Rap Sheet, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapport. Bro, you look so cool, dude. Oh, no.
No internet up there, apparently.
Oh, you got me?
Too much.
Yeah, you're up in the lodge, dude. This guy's up in the lodge.
God.
We've just been shredding Powell, dude. What?
Yeah, it snowed like 10 inches last night. It's like little mountains all over the hill. It's treacherous out there. I'm somehow making it. I would not say I'm improving, but I haven't fallen and I'm still alive. Quads are burning a lot. That's not something I was expecting.
Oh, good.
I need to get a
quad
better
work.
quad situation going on, but otherwise pretty good.
Well, skiing could be your quad situation, by the way. That could be your workout to get you into it. We saw a picture of you from earlier. Obviously, look at this dude.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you look
Dawn
so cool.
White.
Great
Goggles
swag.
on, yeah.
You look so cool, dude. Oh, this guy stinks.
Yeah, he's so frozen.
Hang up on him. Hang up on him. We got to call you back. Ian, we got to call you back.
Yeah, there's a massive storm in the Northeast right now.
Yeah.
He said 10 inches. Treacherous. He said there's little mountains on the...
Moguls.
Oh, so that's what the... And that's fresh pile, though.
Exactly. A lot of fresh power. Another foot today.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be stuck up there in Vermont.
Oh, yeah. Best you could imagine, though. That's some good conditions for old Rap Sheet.
Oh, that's where you want to be.
Oh, yeah.
When the snow's coming down, that's the good pal.
Yeah, and every single run is fresh pow. And when you fall, it's not that bad because it's fresh pow.
Oh, normally ice you could potentially.
exactly.
Back joining us from a ski lodge in Vermont,
All right.
Ian Rappaport.
Rap Sheet.
Now I think we're good.
I think so too. You look unbelievable. You look fantastic. We saw that photo of you on the slopes. We thought it was Shaun White. We had no idea who it was. You look so cool, dude.
I mean, you go on these different trails, you go on a couple different mountains, and my kids are in ski school. And so you always try to spot your kids on the mountain, wave high, and then they get really embarrassed and they try not to wave to in front of their friends. But everyone's so bundled up, you literally can't tell who anyone is. I took a very nice picture of my two sons before we went out. Could be any two kids. I think they're mine because the jackets look similar to what we dressed them in, but could be anyone.
You got to dress them up like whenever you fly. You get like a purple suitcase or like an orange suitcase. When it comes through the baggage claim, you can kind of notice. You got to dress your kids up. That's what you got to do. I think you got to make them brighter on the slopes.
I mean, we thought we did. We gave one a neon yellow jacket, another a neon green jacket, and every kid on this stupid mountain is wearing yellow and green, and they all look identical.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm happy you're having a good time. Sorry for interrupting your ski break. There's a lot of things happening around the NFL, Ian, and we'll get right to the one where you have all the sources. And immediately upon me saying that, Seahawks Twitter just got really pissed off. Every time you talk about Russell Wilson, the world explodes in Seattle. What does this stooge know? This guy's a dumbass. He doesn't know anybody. He's not in there. Russ took Seahawks off of all of his Twitter accounts. Changed his photo. He wants to love like Jesus. Does he want to love like Jesus, the Seattle Seahawks for the future, Ian? What are you hearing here? Does this mean anything?
I wonder if he saw Kyler Murray do it and get all like the, no fiction. You got me?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry. I paid for the premium internet. I paid $9.99 instead of $4.95.
Oh,
Got your phone and a
they
beer.
got you, dude. Yeah, it's like it's insurance bet at blackjack, dude. That's
Yep.
it's all a lie.
Yeah, I think it probably is. All right, you got me now, though, right?
Yeah, you sound amazing. I think we just bumped back into premium.
Hell yeah. What?
I think you're probably right. I wonder if Russell Wilson kind of saw what happened to Kyler Murray, saw the news cycle, saw everyone kind of wondering, everyone was debating, and then if you're another team, let's say you're a team who may want a quarterback, and there's a lot of them this year, you see Russell Wilson take everything off Instagram, you're like, okay, maybe there's something, then you start calling. Like, it is a way to trigger some sort of action. Like, we've seen countless times stuff start in the media, rumors start, and then teams start calling because they wonder if there's something there. So, like, I don't know what Russ's goal was, but I would imagine this ends up driving the conversation. But I would go back to kind of where I always am with him in Seattle. Until Seattle has a better option for them to compete next year, I don't see them trading him. Like, I don't know who their quarterback is going to be if they trade Russell Wilson, and I don't know how that becomes an upgrade.
And we have to acknowledge that. I think that has to be acknowledged through all of this because the teams are ultimately in control of all these decisions, basically, which leads me to this.
Yeah.
Diana Rossini, who we love, I can't say this enough. Love Diana Rossini. She went on Rich Eisen yesterday, and she reported that Aaron Rodgers, per league sources, Aaron Rodgers is looking to be the highest paid NFL player by a wide margin. Then the number $50 million a year got paid out. He might get paid that. I'm not 100% sure, but that built a narrative that that's all Aaron is looking for, is to be the highest paid player and all that, which is categorically false. I don't ever do this because he's like somebody we don't really, like, we're on good relations, but it's not like AJ and him where I can just like text him out of nowhere. I'm like, is this true? And he's like, no, it's not true. Whenever things like this happen, and you just said the player removes the shit from their social media, it garners a conversation. Those league sources, when they're telling an insider like you, like Rossini, like any of the others that are in the game, you have to acknowledge like that might be that person covering their own ass, right? Because if Aaron's worth $50 million, then a team that their fans might be looking for Aaron to potentially play there can justify, we can't afford Aaron, right? Doesn't that happen? And do you notice that that's happening live in real time or no?
First of all, as far as the Rodgers thing, I think if he ends up back at the Packers, I do think he gets paid. I mean, this is something I talked about, when was it? Day of the Super Bowl. Like, the contract will make him the highest paid player in the NFL. Like, as he should be, and I don't even think that's a question, and it is definitely something the Packers are more than willing to do. I don't know if it'll get to 50, but it'll get very high. He could have taken the money last year. Remember, last year he took no new dollars, right? Like, he got a year cut off his deal, but there was no new money. I do not believe, from everyone I've spoken to, that it is about the money for Aaron Rodgers. He's going to get more money, but I mean, I don't think it's about the money.
He's going to get paid, though, because it's business. Like, business, you have to get paid. Like, this is it's like he can't do it for free, has to get paid. Also, there's other quarterbacks. But the narrative now was painted, this is all this guy wants. And it's like, I don't think that's true. But is that, when you get inside information, do you think it's ever them covering their ass? Do you ever have to, how do you figure, like, Diana's very good at what she does. So I'm not saying anybody lied to her. But when you get this information, do you have to dig into all that shit or no?
Yeah, 100%. And I think the main thing is, like, I never trip and fall and end up with a scoop. Like, it almost never happens by accident, right? So if someone's going to give you information, they're going to give it to you for a reason. Now, sometimes it's like, hey, I'd like you to be accurate, so we're just going to give you this so it's accurate. That definitely happens sometimes. Or like, people be like, hey, there's been a lot of rumors. I'm going to tell you what's going on so it'll be out there properly. That happens. Sometimes it happens, though, where it's other teams, other sources, and they would like a situation to be portrayed like this. And so they tell you, knowing that if they tell you, you're going to put it out there and you're going to put it out a certain way. Like, no information comes in a vacuum. So I'm sure that whatever Diana was told is accurate. But some of it depends on where it actually comes from. Because I don't think the Packers think Aaron Rodgers is in it for the money either. Like, they all seem like they're on a really good plane right now as far as what he wants, what they want, what conversations conversations were necessary? How much input was he going to have? How to prepare for the future? Like, I think they're all in a pretty good place right now.
Yeah, and anytime that comes out, it gives everybody an opportunity to bury him. And by the way, he's very wealthy, very successful. He has obviously done a lot for our show every time he comes on and gives us our conversations. I'm thankful for that. But also, like, the dude is a human, a weird one. All right? I mean, he just got out of the... But, like, him just getting killed by... I don't know. I guess that's a gift and a curse of being the fucking MVP, though. Like, things like that are going to happen. Go ahead, Ty.
Perhaps
Go ahead, Ty. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go.
You.
Hey, how's the family?
I was just going to say, I am sure that Rodgers does not care, because the amount of stuff that he has dealt with over the last 15 years, from like, why did you not run it in, to that was a bad read, to like, your vaccine takes are terrible. Like, he's heard it all. Like, I really think at some point you become very numb to it. So I'm sure he's getting killed for whatever. And I'm sure that, not I'm sure, but I do not think that that's something he's worried about, because you're going to up someone literally no matter what. Anyway, sorry.
Well, that's why he's always said he's going to kill him with indifference. But then, you know, I feel like, I don't know.
You can only do that for so long.
Yeah, it's like, like as somebody who, you know, this guy I've become like kind of friendly with, and he's done a lot for us. And I'm watching these people, and it's like, you're all speaking out of your fucking pocket right now. Like, what are we even doing here? I feel like he's given us a lot to disprove all the narratives that were kind of cooked for a long time. But once again, like, I don't blame Bukowski, okay?
Right.
I don't blame Jennings, all right? Jennings and him have his own thing. It's just kind of the way these things work in the world that we're in is just wild to me. Like, it's one thing said on Rich Eisen, then it's every sports media show. Yeah. This guy's a fucking asshole. It's like, do we even know if this is real? We have no idea if this is real. Go ahead, Ty.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just curious if anything has like affected what's going on with the Packers right now. Like, I assume, like you mentioned, Rap Sheet, that they're all in a really good place right now, but they do all these deals to kind of, you know, kick the can down the road a little bit. But have you heard anything about, I mean, we haven't heard anything about Devontae Adams. Like, is all this stuff with the Packers and kind of creating that that cap space, does that still revolve around when Rodgers gets this deal done?
Yeah, I mean, I think Rodgers has to be first, right? That way, it doesn't have to be first, but I think he would like to be first. Would like to know that if they're going to move all this money around, that it would be for, you know, maybe the best quarterback in football and the reigning MVP. Like, that would be helpful. And I think he knows that too, which is why when he's talked about his time frame, like, he's cognizant of, all right, Devontae has to be tagged by March 8th. So he probably needs to let them know something by then. And I think he probably will. They are kicking the can down the road. And it is interesting what it does, right? Because it's great for players to get a little more now, but it also raises their cap number on the back end. So, like, Zadarius Smith, his cap number is so big, they almost can't keep him unless he takes a drastic reduction, which I don't think he's going to do. So it makes it harder in the future, but so much of what the Packers are doing is like, we're going to try to win this year, and then next year we're going to try to figure it out, and they're just going to take this year, try to win, try to make everyone happy, try to get a Super Bowl and figure it out after.
Okay, that's perfect. Go ahead, Tone.
Ian, in free agency, it's a lot of like dominoes. Like, after the first quarterback falls, like it was Tom and then it was kind of Stafford. Is there a quarterback this year in free agency where it's going to be wait to see what this quarterback does, and then the rest will probably kind of fall in after that?
Yeah, I think, well, it's really Rodgers/Russ, right? Like, if Rodgers goes back to the Packers and if Russ goes back to Seattle, which, you know, that has been the direction we think it's going, but I would never claim to know 100% where it's going to end up, because last year the Russell Wilson situation took so many twists and turns, including naming potential places that he would get traded to if he wanted to get traded, which, of course, he wouldn't say if he did or he didn't. So, like, that situation could turn a bunch of places. So, but let's say Rodgers and Russ are not available, and Carson Wentz becomes a possibility for some. Jimmy Garoppolo becomes certainly interesting. DeSean Watson will go somewhere, and for a very, very, very high price, but it's not going to be everyone, because there's been some teams that have said, you know what, that's just not going to be us for a variety of reasons. But I would say you figure out where Rodgers and Russell Wilson are going, and then everything will sort of sort itself out and everyone will probably end up with a quarterback. And then it's like, do your Colts stick with Carson, or do they think that they can upgrade? And if they do, who actually is that?
I've heard they're not, right? I mean, that's all reports is that he's not going to be a Colt, right? Listen, Carson, good guy. Hey, good guy.
Good guy. Very
Great
nice.
guy.
Great guy.
I can't go through another season. This hard.
No.
Yeah, I know.
This hard right here can't go through
kill
another
you.
season when Carson Wentz.
And half of Indianapolis.
Well, yeah, listen, there'll be a lot of people that are potentially like, oh my God, this guy just not try to die on every fucking play. We're paying you $30 million.
Can't do it.
I mean, when you're a great player, stay alive. But they're moving on, aren't they? Colts are moving on.
I mean, I know they are actively looking for another quarterback
What's that mean?
because
Are they,
Chris
like,
Ballard always
liking-
will try to improve. I just don't know, like,
Hey,
Who is
how's
that?
that work, Ian? How's that work right now in the time that we're in, right? Because the league year, is there a tampering thing? If, like Russell Wilson, does some team have to like show up in his DMs on his social media? Like, how does that work? How does that whole like for Aaron,
I would be-
for Russell, for anybody? How does that work?
I mean, first thing you would do is, you hope that the team and the player have a good enough relationship where, let's say someone calls Seattle and they say, hey, we're interested in Russ. We're willing to do in the ballpark of what you'd think, which would, multiple first-round picks, 2 or 3, or, a very high price. And here's why we're in a good situation. We think we could do a deal. Then Seattle would go to Russ, and they would say, all right, we got someone interested. Is this a team you would waive your no-trade clause to? And he would say, if he says yes, then they would say, all right, well, I think, let's move forward and try to do this. If he says no, it's like, okay, like that's it. That is not happening. So they have power, but he has power too, because that no trade clause, which DeSean Watson also has, that is an amazing thing.
So it has to go through the team. So there's no teams reaching out directly to players or their agents, right? You have to go through a team. That's proper protocol.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure there are things going on. Like if you are a coaching agent who represents multiple players, you could have a team call and say, hi, we're interested in this safety you have. Oh, how is your quarterback doing? Like you could back channel it and not violate the rules, but it's such high stakes that I don't think anyone's putting themselves out there to do anything crazy, because if you get caught, then you can't get the guy, which is way worse than anything else.
That's crazy. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Rap Sheet, you said Watson's going to go for a very high price, and obviously last season he was tied to Flores. Is there any shot in hell that the Steelers will kind of sell the farm for DeSean Watson?
I will not say no. I would never. Well, it's just like it would be very un-Steeler-like to go out and spend 3 first-round picks plus for a quarterback. It's something they have almost never done, but not never, because they went and got Minkah Fitzpatrick for a 1, and that was a fantastic trade, and one they would probably do again. Also hilarious because he resisted a position change, goes to the Steelers. And then plays the position that Brian Flores has wanted him to play anyway, becomes an All-Pro, and then Flores now is on his coaching staff. But anyway, some of it depends on who the next GM is and where they are in that. But it would be a fantastic place for DeSean Watson. Like, it's a great fan base. The team is good. They're always good. The coach will put you in a position to win, and everybody loves playing for Tomlin. Like, likely, probably not. But I would never rule anything out when it comes to getting a quarterback, which is the most important thing you can do.
All right, well, great shirt there, paying homage, I believe. And enjoy yourself out there on the slopes, pal. We appreciate you stopping by in the middle of your ski vacay.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just say the most amazing thing is that we got through this without me freezing too much. Hopefully there's not a lot of screen grabs on making like
We had to hang out.
Don't worry,
back. Your
eyes were crossed a bunch.
There's a couple there. You just were. Yeah. Hey, you're alive, though. You've been boozing every night. You've been skiing all day. I mean, go ahead and live your life. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapport. You're the best. The best, buddy. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's the best.
He did freeze up a bunch.
He did. Oh, yeah.
I don't think he knew that because he was frozen.
Yeah, and since he feels good about it, he's about to go get so drunk, it's not even funny.
Yeah, it was a good walk off. You know, I didn't even know that he wasn't with his kids. So that's how that thing goes.
Ski school, if you got young kids who are learning how to ski, I typically drop them off at 9, pick them up at 3.
Yeah.
You just got to do whatever the hell you want.
Go have a day. Yeah,
you yups up here are living good.
What a deal.
You got kids daycare, basically.
Family vacation. Don't ever have to see your fucking kids.
It's awesome.
Yeah. What a time.
You mountain folks are
skiers,
large, dude.
Skiers and boarders got it figured out.
Yeah.
You do your opera ski during the day.
I used to be tuber.
Oh, is that right?
That's a good life, too.
Trash bag, too. You should see me on trash bag. I'm maybe one of the best trash bag sledders of all time.
Shoba Valley, maybe?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, it's mountain, big tube mountain.
Yes, yeah. Only the place I've been, Seven Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
In Boys Park.
yeah.
And then the side of my house. You know, my house.
Straight
And then there's a flat, and then it's a Black Diamond to a Lodge to Black Diamond.
And then you end up in the street.
Boom. That's how I broke my nose, actually.
Those are the best.
Hit a truck.
Grab a lunch tray.
Yeah.
Just slide down.
Well, I was learning how to, this particular time. Yeah, lunch tray or one of the, trash bags, easy.
Trash
perfect.
bag, cardboard
Then
box.
Cardboard box, good. The saucer.
Oh, yeah, top of a
the
trash
saucer,
can.
Saucer's the best of all of them.
Saucer is the best of all. You can move, and when you hit the street, you could get it up.
Get the sparks going a little bit.
No, but you can miss your face. Your face.
Put a little grease on the bottom of it.
Yeah. But I was learning how to ride a bike on the flat area next to my house, and I was really going. I was really going in circles. It's a tight little area, so that was a very aggressive decision by my parents. Yeah. Hindsight,
Especially if you're coming up the hill.
No, I'm on the flat area.
Yeah,
so I'm learning how to ride my bike. No, it's next. My house is here. Okay, house is here. Bang. Backyard is like this. Then there's a side yard, and then the front yard, straight down. Then there's another house right here, right? So this is a tight little area right here. Tight little area. This is where I used to kick soccer ball. Boom, boom, pang, pow. How you doing? Sled riding, awesome.
Yep.
Street, though, pretty active. It was very much car, that whole thing. But you had to guess for how long it was going to take for you to get from the top thing. I'm riding a bike in a circle. How you doing? Keep it moving. How you doing? Keep it moving. It was really the only... If I wasn't in the street, that was really the only flat place to do it. I thought I had figured out, so I was going to go ahead and I was going to get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where the brakes were, I guess. And I went down the front hill, face first right in the side of F-150. Bang. That's why the nose is the way it is, why I can't breathe, I think. Dad, I think it was Sally. Yeah, I think Sally heard it. Oh, shit. Went running out. Grabbed me the whole thing. But those types of hills. What a magical time for you people up there.
Game changers.
And those mountains seem to be huge. He said, how many trails are there up there?
Depending on
if he's
what
in Killington, there's a lot.
They have like four. It's like four mountains. They have like a main mountain, and there's one off the back, one to the side, one to the side.
So this is like an awesome thing to get into.
Oh yeah, especially like when it's snowing like that, the conditions are unbelievable.
There's 155 trails at Killington.
Yeah.
What? How long does it take to get up to the top?
Probably 15 minutes, I think.
And that's like a good time, right? You guys like sit in a gondola, or what is it on?
I don't. Does Killington have a gondola? I don't know.
Probably
if they do.
not. I think only in comparison, Seven Springs has 35 trails.
Those fucking things when you're riding up, I only got to do it one time.
Yeah.
Thought I was dead.
They're game changers.
You're just staring down, and you got that metal little bar right here, right?
Oh, on the lift? Yeah. They have a quad though. It runs pretty fast. The gondolas are game changers.
You just hang out. You smoking, or you guys smoking dupes?
Oh yeah.
You guys smoking dope in it?
Yeah, they got little windows.
What a time.
Yeah.
Drop the kids off. We don't have to see them or care for them at all.
Nope.
They get lunch. They get the whole thing. We're going to hop in these gondolas, get all fucked up, go up the top of the mountain, do it again.
Not a bad gig.
Hours.
That's awesome. We get to wear super cool stuff.
Yeah.
Man, let's go to Mike in New Jersey. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, Pat and the boys? How we doing today?
Keep it moving. Good, though. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. Just wanted to say a special shout-out to the pod and Hammer Dahn. You guys are doing awesome. Just keep it moving with that stuff. We definitely appreciate it here.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right. Shout out, Mike. I agree. 58% yesterday, Hammer Down. We'll be giving out 58,000. Pod only at once a week still, it seems like.
Well, 4-day
it was
week.
a short week.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to
Didn't want to rob the listeners, obviously.
Of course. Next week, you guys will go back to council board and vote on what's next.
That's right.
Real diplomatic, the way the pod is.
Exactly. Democracy over here.
Oh.
Important now more than ever.
Yeah.
True.
To be democratic.
Well.
Democracy is what you're talking about. To run a democracy.
Yes.
Listen, whatever party you're in.
Sounds
like everybody thinks it's gloom and doom right now. By the way.
Can be an independent and still, have a nice democratic.
Oh, jeez. We're back in 6 minutes. We'll see you then. Cheers. You're an idiot. Absolute idiot. This show is the worst.
This man is an everyman. He does it all. And he's joining
the MIP right now is Pat McAfee. I can't tell you how excited I am.
So he followed me on Twitter. I waited like a few days. I followed him back. And then we had like a twirlationship. You know, he followed me. I didn't start it until after I got arrested. I needed some new beginnings as well. You know what I mean? I needed Irv, this guy sprained both of his ankles in one play. You hear me? Both of his ankles, one play. Irv, think about that. How does that even happen? And he was like, you know, O.J. Simpson, a guy I looked up to. I was like, on the field. He was like, of course, on the field. It was like funny. It was funny to hear Barry say that.
We're appreciative of celebrity fans that come out. But there are just simply some that are like, oh, we're from here. This is what we do. We root for this team. That's not the case here. And that's why I wanted you on here.
Nobody wants to play the Blues in the playoffs. We're a heavy team. We're mean and we're relentless. And that they don't play hockey like that anymore. Especially the high flying teams. And all of a sudden the playoffs happen and you guys see it. You know, the heavy teams, all of a sudden nobody wants to play them. Nobody likes playing the Sharks a couple years ago. Nobody liked playing, the Blackhawks back in the old days. And it's just it's a different beast, and we're built for it.
You know what, Hammer? I love the way you do this. You talk. He knows the shit, guys. I told you this. Like,
And then like the '80s happened, and Hully happened, and Shanahan happened, and Scott. We had so many great players come through our organization that. And lost them in the weirdest, most Byzantine, awful ways of stupid trades and bad arbitration, and and then we lose Shanahan, we get Pronger, and everybody hates Pronger, and then Pronger becomes an all-star, and then we of course we don't win with him, but he wins with Anaheim or wherever he won, and you're just like, we can't. We're snake bit, and then something like 2019 happens, and it's all worth it. So I just been around long enough. Like that's really it. Through Steiner, I was inducted into the Blues alumni kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh, look at that! God, you one of these.
I feel pretty strong about that.
Hey, can we see that one more time? That thing was beautiful. Look at that thing.
I genuinely enjoy going to hockey games. I never played. I mean, I played pickup hockey. I can skate. I can go forwards and backwards. But I never really played. I wasn't raised with a lot of money. Hockey equipment's expensive. We're not in Canada where it's like, everybody's got 10 brothers and hand-me-downs and whatnot. I was an only child. I just love the game, and I love talking about it. I love watching it. I've turned my girlfriend on it, and her sister and their friends. They love it. They've become Blues fans. It's like, of course, the first year that they're Blues fans, they win the fucking Stanley Cup, and you're like, okay, listen, this is not how it goes.
You don't know the pain. You don't know the pain. You don't
please let me disabuse you of that notion. Too sweet.
You kind of played the heel at the All-Star game, and I loved it. I loved it.
The absolute best.
There's quite a bit of backlash from that.
I took a little heat, but I think first of all that it's a ridiculous thing, whatever that thing is. It's like it's a Carrot Top's involved. There you go, done.
Oh no!
I mean, come on. There's literally a ventriloquist dummy next to me. I'm sorry, the credibility is completely shot.
Yeah,
but
John Gumpy's got his request with a sequel to The Town. I have a rather simple, adequate request. I hope, and I'm begging you, I'm asking you, man, please start rocking some underwear more, because you're putting the rest of us out here to shame. Paparazzi pics and everything, and the chatter online. It's a lot, and I'm happy for you, and I'm proud for you.
Hey, look,
you're killing.
We all have our cross to bear, man.
Play-by-play legend, Al Michaels.
Yeah!
What's up, man?
I decided to dress for success.
I've
been working out all week, baby, just to be your doppelganger. And I got to tell you something. I don't know what the future is going to hold next year, but if you got a spot for me, either in the studio or I could play the role of AJ Hawk as well.
We have room for you wherever, whenever. Okay, so let's dive right into it. You know that I exist. This is awesome.
I love this show.
No.
This is everything I dreamed about, right? No holds barred television. None.
How long you been in the game? TV game? I said forever, but I should have done more research. This is 100% on me.
How about 1968? I did the Hawaii Islanders of the Pacific Coast League. Minor League Baseball. Then on to the Cincinnati Reds in 1971. That's 50 freaking years ago. Marty Brennaman succeeded me for the next 44. I did 3 years there, and then I went to San Francisco. The Giants tripled my salary. And that's why. And then ABC for 30 years and NBC for 16. And here we are, man.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2, Feel Good Friday, February 25th, 2022. Show commence right now. Yeah! Hey, I'm excited about this.
Pumped.
Guys joining us right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Sausage coming
You
back
all right?
up.
Yeah, I should have taken a breath or two in between the eggs and sausage.
Go ahead.
I am in ketosis. I pissed on one of those strips.
Hey!
Hey, you're
All
gonna
right,
get
let's
ripped.
go.
You're gonna get ripped up.
I think so.
Fucking yoked.
I honestly think so. I mean, it's going to happen. I'm on that AJ Hawk stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
on those early
what?
morning workouts doing this
Climbers?
thing.
The Hawk climber?
Yeah, absolutely. 2-3 weeks, dude. I'm going to be a
Oh,
fucking
shit.
guy,
Do you
man.
have the other thing that Hawk loves?
The only I don't have two people.
Chest.
Oh, no.
I don't have two people
know,
holding the pads.
Okay.
That would be.
The only goal here is to not become a fat ass.
Sure.
So I think it's working thus
Right.
far. And I will have to adapt all the way to next football season on my diet. It's currently on the keto one.
Okay.
And I feel good about it. I feel really good about what's going on, but never feel as good as the man who will be joining us right now from an attic in Ohio, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, wow, fresh haircut. Wow. Shit. Hey, you're the only dude that goes on a cruise ship to where the sun is and come back paler. What? You are glowing.
That's right.
What?
That's right, man. Sports Clips took it tight today, man.
Wow. Yeah, you get your haircut at Sports Clips for like seriously?
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you get the
Hot
fucking-
towel?
No, I don't do the whole. I like to be in and out in under 10 minutes, so I don't get the whole massage and shampoo
It's the
situation.
MVP treatment.
Bro, I love the fact that you did get the Sports Clip special to every haircut. Your haircut is the Sports Clip special.
Yeah.
All right, take a 0 right up to the top, and then let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, poster boy.
All right, let's get at it. You look amazing. Easy time. You look amazing. You look absolutely amazing. It's great to see you. I don't know if you saw us earlier. We did some big time journalism stuff.
I did see a little bit of that. That was very good by you.
Thank you. I just, thank you. I appreciate that because I don't know this dude as long as you do, obviously. I'm not as friendly with him as you are, obviously. But he's been very good to me. He's been very good to us. And everything I've learned about him has been much different than the preconceived notions about him that I might have had or heard about. And then I don't think he's the only person that this happens to, by the way. This happens on a regular basis. But for him, it's just like such an easy target at this point, I think, because of the years and decades of him not saying or answering anything. But like a league source saying, oh, he wants all money in the world, he wants that. And then that becomes...
Hey, didn't Lombardi say, though, weeks ago that he's going to be the first $50 million man?
Yes. I mean, that is, by the way, probably going to get paid $50 million. Like whatever it's going to be. I have no idea. Back-to-back MVP. In the middle of the highest salary cap, with the salary cap only going up more in the next couple of years. They just signed a $120 billion deal. Red zone deal's up, so go ahead and toss on some more B's on top of that. Salary cap, if it grows by 10% again, which is what it's expected to do, it'll be $230 million next year. So, the deal is going to be a large one. Okay, the deal is going to be a large one. By the way, I hope every single player in the NFL gets all the money in the world. But the way the narrative was, well, this is what he's commanding, demanding. This is why he's been the way he's been. And this is like, you can't do this and also have a winning team. You're acting as if Gutekunst and them aren't helping you out, but you're commanding. It's like, that's all bullshit, though. You know what I mean? That becomes an entire news cycle, AJ. And this has happened to him. You've been friends with him longer, forever, right? This seems to be something that has happened for a long time with this fucking guy.
Yeah, it is. And I know you said you reached out to him, and he said he absolutely did not ask for or to be the highest paid player in the NFL. And I would say, yeah, I know there's no way that he would go and like demand that, but I think he deserves to probably be the highest paid guy for the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's like kind of I didn't want to
do. His agent Big Dave Dunn should absolutely. I bet he's in there throwing his meat around, telling him, hey, we want whatever, guarantee, all of it. Like, we want a bunch of money.
Speaking of meat, get your Brock Lesnar blend. Bingo. Okay, your meat will taste better than it's ever been. Hey, the Bearded Butchers get a hold of you?
Oh, yeah, I've been talking to them. Yeah, they're sending me a care package. Those guys are awesome.
This and go to beardedbutchers.com. Promo code Brock, I think, for 10% off. It's great seasoning. And now that I'm super duper keto, dude, I'm in ketosis, pissing on strips, finding that out, AJ. You might as well call me the most healthy dude alive, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do we owe this to your budding friendship with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that you are so into fitness and nutrition right now?
Yes. I didn't even think about that. I thought you were going to say Brock.
Yeah, I mean, Brock as well, but all of the stars are kind of aligning where I came in. These monsters that I'm hanging out with, that I'm friends with, Brock and Dwayne, probably the two biggest monsters on the planet. Maybe I need to dial in my nutrition a bit.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about this on vacation. You know, like, I think I could say I'm friends with Brock at this point. Like, I'm friends with Brock. We hang out, we chat. Okay, he's the alpha male of our species.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm friends with you, all-time leading tackler of the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. Imagine us hanging out, you know, and just walking into a place. I'm going to have to get into one of those boxing things where I'm going to have to knock somebody out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have to. Mm-hmm. Just because of that. Like, I'm going to have to.
The walkout. Who are you going to knock out, though? It depends on who you knock out.
I'm heavy, so it's probably going to have to be some. This is later in life.
Yeah.
This will have to be like 3-4 years from now. But that's going to never. I was thinking about that in Hawaii. I'm like, what happens if like I go hang out and we like have a thing and we walk into a room and it's like, okay, the guy who would fight the aliens if we had to. Mm-hmm. Another guy potentially makes on team, hardest head in the history of football. Mm-hmm. And then I walk in there in a tank top on. It's like, oh my God, I'm the softest dude in the. You two might be some of the toughest humans to like ever exist. And it's like, well, I kick balls for. You know, so at some point, I assume probably has some, you know, maybe a beer.
What?
Maybe a little Terramana.
What?
A little vodka.
What?
No, but at some point, I assume there's going to be a conversation, you know, and it's going to be like, all right, I'll go do one of those boxing things. Yeah. That's going to be years from now, though. That's a lot of work. And my face, I don't like getting punched in the actual face, but I do believe I got lightning in both hands.
Yeah, 3-4 years from now, too. Axel will be like 6'4", 250.
Sure. No, he's training with me. I'm not fighting Axel.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
sparring partner.
I'm not fighting any Lesnar or any Hawk.
Okay, fair.
Okay, that's just a rule that I am making now. Mm-hmm. That is, but 3-4 years from now, I will probably be in some.
You should fight maybe Nick Cage. We talked about him on the show yesterday.
All right, if Nick Cage wanted to fight, I would fight him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Put it out there, guys.
I'm joking. I wouldn't want to break the Con Air's face. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be something I would want to do. And I want to get punched in the actual face by Nick Cage. But I will say the people that have, you know, kind of our world, our universe has kind of grown into have been spectacular people. Believe it or not, I've never talked to this man. Never met this man. Lot of mutual friends, though.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
As soon as I got that tweet from him the one day, I was like, man, this is a fucking big deal. This is the biggest star on earth tweeting me. Then he follows it up like, hey, it's going to be a good one. Look forward to coming on the show. It's like, hey, thank you, Dwayne.
Yeah.
I appreciate
you, Dwayne.
I can't wait to meet this guy, AJ. I can't wait to have a full conversation. I think he's going to be sitting right there. Now, granted, we got to get another headset.
Yeah.
What?
Another microphone.
What?
Because another WWE champion that came through here.
True.
Demolished it all. I can't wait for this, though. This is a pretty cool little. Yeah, look at that. It's
a graveyard.
It is a graveyard up there. Headset's still hanging in the rafters. When we move the igloo, we will take the rafters from here, move it to the igloo, and hang it up there. So the headset will always be in the rafters or whatever. But this is awesome, AJ. It's a ridiculous life right now. It is a very dumb life that this guy even knows we exist, dude.
I think, it's pretty amazing. It's awesome. Now, do you think, does he have any reason to be in Indy over the next 3 to 6 months, you think, when he could come in?
Was he trying for a combine? Maybe.
Well,
He should like start the combine. They should do a similar thing where he gets everybody going.
I'd actually just love to see his combine stats.
Yeah.
See how many reps he can do. You know,
run it.
Oh gosh,
225. He is 225. He is crushing. As you get older, you get slower.
What's he do? 48 reps? You think of 225?
I'm not sure what's normal. What do? You had that torn tit?
I got I was never big. I got 25, but I'm saying I bet Rock is for sure 40 plus.
Are you embarrassed by that number, or you feel okay saying that number in public with your meathead
I'm fine
friends?
with that.
What
I'm
Bob,
okay with it.
What General Bob get?
Bob has long arms. Bob was similar to me, I think.
You guys ever talk about that now, like later in life?
No, once no. It doesn't matter. 225 doesn't matter at all.
Oh, so now what The Rock is able to do 48 times doesn't matter.
Bob was 20.
No, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Bob was 20.
Bob hit 20, so that was big for you.
Oh, did he? Good. Yeah. When it comes to
this guy,
so you were getting 21.
Yeah,
because what C Carpenter comes before H.
Yeah.
So the C for sure. Was you guys the same class?
Yeah.
Same class. C becomes before H. So he at his pro day, he synced the general do his 225.
Oh no, Bob did not do his 225 at pro day. I don't think it was strictly at the combine, I believe.
Nonetheless, in Indianapolis, C comes before H.
Yep.
AJ saw General Bob do his, saw 20. Hey, good work, good work. I'm dying unless I get 21. Like that thing would have taken.
Wait, what did Bob get? I thought you said Bob did 27.
No, he got 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got really long arms.
Okay, listen.
Not good.
Hey, we
Not
agree.
conducive to
We're on your side. We're on General Bob's side. But we're just saying that is something you meatheads do care about, or no, not at all. Like him doing 48, you think Rock would care about that for sure, right? That'd be something he'd care about.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool to do, but I'm always saying it doesn't matter when it comes to like translating to a football field.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we don't want him running though. I'd rather have seen Rock running whenever he was back, literally sprinting to the ring in dress shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then gliding across the ground, hopping into the ring and doing it. That's when, as you get older, you get slower.
I wouldn't mind seeing like his vert too, though.
Oh, because he still got it.
Yeah,
three
for
Cody
sure.
drill.
He's drop step dunking all day long.
I
over
think
people, too,
so.
if he's on a basketball court.
Yeah, and he is
wide load.
Yeah. I mean, underneath.
Big body.
I'm not catching it. One of those elbows may give me my first concussion.
Well, that's people's
I'm not
elbow.
doing that.
You wouldn't be the only one to get taken out by that elbow, pal. Just want to let you know that. All right, let's bounce around some of the NFL stuff happening. Top decision makers for the Colts believe Wentz is not the guy per Zach Kiefer. Zach Kiefer used to be of the Indy Star here in Indianapolis. Now he's at the Athletic. His sources, top decision makers, what we're being told, are out on Carson Wentz. The decision is not going to be made solely on football. That's my understanding. It's not just based on how Wentz played on the field. The top decision makers are convinced he's not the guy, and they aren't willing to run it back and just hope for better. All right? Shout out to the Around the NFL podcast and Zach Kiefer. Zach Kiefer, good dude. I am a fan of Zach Kiefer. He's a great writer. He's been around for a while, too. He's been around Indy for a long time. Top decision makers were being Jim Irsay, Carly Irsay, Kalen Irsay. I don't know. I wonder what that means, but all I do know is this follows up on the report like a week ago that they are done with Carson. Now the waiting game for which quarterbacks are going to be available, what's the next step, and where does Carl go? I think people are going to want Carl in this super quarterback needy market that the NFL currently is.
I think I saw something. I saw a headline where it said if Carson Wentz is not in Indy, he'll go to a great team. Is that because a team with a solidified starter will want to bring him in to be an awesome backup if he needs to go into the lineup?
No, I think people are talking about him going to Pittsburgh, maybe.
I saw a couple reports of
Yeah,
that.
I think a lot of people, because right now it feels like a lot of teams feel like they have a good team. They don't have a quarterback. And I might be misreading a lot of situations, but I feel like that's how
That's what the Colts thought too, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I mean, COVID,
everything.
he broke his foot in training camp. I mean,
true. It is true.
And his great plays, by the way.
Great.
Unbelievable.
Great. It's just me personally, as somebody who has a show named after him, speaking into a microphone on a daily basis, who happens to watch every single Colt game, not only because it's the only one available sometimes on one channel.
Most of the time.
But also because I'm a fan. Everybody in that building I'm a fan of. I would like to see them have success. It is impossible to watch Carson Wentz play and not shit your pants. It is impossible. Even in games in which you win by 30. We're beating the Jets there, thought it was potentially, he might get a career ender here on every single play. We were there. He is just a roll. And if you have a good team and you need a quarterback, you can see how Carson Wentz, who whenever you see his highlights, he's a fucking hell of a player whenever he's playing great. It's just that every play feels like needs to be a little bit more sturdy for us because we got to go run game and we got a great offensive line, so maybe it's not a great fit for us. That's probably what a lot of teams who have to make these decisions are going to sell themselves if they end up with none of the other quarterbacks that they potentially want. Don't you think that is?
Yeah, I do. But going back to that tweet, what does that mean when it says it's not solely based on football? I thought everything outside of football, Carson's great, right?
No, but that's interesting. That is interesting because they'd be talking like, you would take that and say like, oh, this must be meeting and life and everything like that.
Yeah. Contract, right? I mean, that's got to have
leadership or whatever. What are they trying to say here?
Yeah, well, I think it's just that he's willing to die on every play. Like I think
that's a good thing though. That's a good trait to have.
Yeah, at linebacker, great position to have that particular trait. Safety, box safety.
Okay, I see.
Box safety, it's a great trait. Guard, I think tackle not a good position.
No.
Center, guard, I think that's good. D-line in the middle, that's a good thought to have.
Water boy.
Any of those other punter, you want to die.
You have to have
You
it.
got to have it. It's the best dangerous play in football.
Yeah. PP,
obviously, the
of
punt.
course.
PP's trying to do it. Gunners, wedge busters. These are all great positions to have that. I don't know if that franchise quarterback, it's the right mentality to have. I might be wrong. Carson might prove us wrong. But, I mean, he's gotten a lot of significant injuries, and he has not changed or thought about changing.
No.
At all. And he sprained both his ankles in one play, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't have it.
Do you understand that? Both of his ankles.
Do we have a clip of the play when it happened?
We have a
How
picture.
the screenshot, yeah.
We have a picture. It's Aaron Donald clearly sacking him. Hey, you are dead. We're in the red zone, too, I think, at this point.
yeah.
I think we're in the red zone. We end up losing to the Rams. We're in the red zone, and he just by the way, love the mentality, okay? If I'm playing pickup basketball with Carson, I want him on my team.
Hell yeah.
I'm playing pickup football, I want him on my team. To pay him $30 million and to be the quarterback, the face of the franchise in the program, and have to live through now 17 games instead of 16 every single quarter with him, I just don't know if the decision makers in Indy are up for it again. Like, I don't know if they're up for another year. Oh my God.
So that's your reaction when you're watching the games. I assume that's how you feel. Imagine what it's like being Jim Irsay or Frank Reich, the head coach, when you're on the sidelines watching it in real time. Man, that would be tough.
Man, he's got $30 million. I mean, we just had this with Andrew Luck. I'm not doing this shit again. I can't. Jim Irsay has to be thinking. Now, we don't have top decision makers Jim Irsay via Zach Kiefer's quote there. We have no idea. We do know that Jim is involved in the entire process, so we can assume that's going to, here it is. Yeah. Look at this. In the red zone, dude. Nope, dead. Nope, not dead yet. Let me go ahead and plant and get one more pass off here as he plants Aaron Donald's body.
He complete that ball?
No.
I mean, I think he's lucky. Looking at that, he's lucky it was just both of his ankles. That could have been another ACL.
10-4. Good buddy. I agree. That's why, and then he goes back out there.
Yeah.
He tries to go out there next series. Hey.
What's he look like when he jogs back out of the field?
He tried to go back out there the next series, dude. It was like, bro, I respect how tough you are. No play left behind. I got nothing but love for that. But also, goddamn, this is a men's league, pal. There's a lot of money on the line. Look at his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I can make the play. I love it. Yes, you can, dude. Yes, you can. But also, there's another down. Hey, there's another down coming.
Yeah.
There's another down coming.
Another series, too.
Another game. This is early.
You got to play every play like you might do
three.
last. You know that.
I get it. I understand that, play to the whistle, every play. I understand all these things in theory are fantastic. I'm just letting you know, 1 year watching Carson Wentz as my team's quarterback was enough. It's enough for me. And I don't know if I'm the only, it feels like I'm not the only one that's thinking that. I love Carson. Another place will be great for him. I can't wait to see his highlights whenever he goes somewhere.
Yeah.
But I feel like these Eagles fans now, he'd be great for Pittsburgh.
He'd be great for Pittsburgh.
That's what Philadelphia did to Indianapolis.
Up there. Yeah. Great hunting up there.
Tim McAfee would take him right up to Tampa.
Send him to Tampa. Let him get a tan.
Tampa?
Oh.
The Commanders?
Carson ain't going to.
Tampa. They could use him.
Tampa's got good. I think Tampa. Hey, Central Florida's got good.
Boar hunting?
Right in the big time?
Yeah. Bruce loves quarterback's name, Carson.
Mm-hmm.
Loves him. Carson Palmer's there a long time.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah, something to think about. All right, let's pivot away from what we're talking about now because honestly, I'm getting anxiety. I got this Aura ring on now.
Yeah.
This thing tells me how my heart goes. Beginning of shows, normally up over 100.
Okay.
Some guests, but you watch my heart rate go down
Crashes.
to 50. That is something that is
Can
being
we stream it like they do golfers? Can we stream your heart rate throughout the show?
I hope we can. Let's figure out how to do that. I love this ring. I can't do the whoop thing because like people just let that right around their forearm. Like, all right, I'm not doing that, dude. Can't do it. I would like to know what's going on. This thing is awesome. It's
We can build it into the ticker if you want.
my Aura current heart rate. Well, what I'm telling you is, I think this next one, my heart rate's about to yodel, 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 yodel. I was introduced to this dude through the Pardon My Take podcast, where every single March he would come on and electrify and give information that nobody else had. He's a grinder, he's an insider, and he just signed with FanDuel to be a content creator a couple weeks ago to let us know what we should be thinking as we look ahead to March Madness, which is very, very, very soon.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Rossini.
Yeah, Johnny!
What's up, dude?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
no.
No, he's muted.
Oh, no, he's muted.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hold on, John.
No.
Hold
no.
on, John. We can't hear you.
John.
My heart rate.
He was still going.
He was going to.
You see it. My heart rate just won't like this. I hope he can deliver that same because it looked like he was.
He was in there.
To announce he signed alongside FanDuel, he cut like a 2-minute promo. Not a single flub.
No
Not
flub.
a single flub. Fucking send it. The guy's a great speaker. He's got a big time brain. He has a suit on and he came in hot and we didn't hear a word he said. That was like Bruce Buffer at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear a single thing. His neck was going banana land. All right. Let's get to a break.
Figure it out.
Let's get to the break. We got 4 minutes to figure this out.
Okay.
Call John.
We'll be back on the other side. Listen, you want to go take a break? College basketball talk's about to go.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Need this.
It's a big deal. March Madness coming up. It's huge.
I would like to let everybody know I don't know shit about fuck in college basketball.
No, I don't believe that.
The only thing I know, Michigan State was getting 6 points at Iowa the other night.
Oh, that's a steal.
And Foxy came. Well, he said, here's a lock, blah, blah, blah. It's Big Ten basketball on the road. Here we go. So I put a few thousand on it because I still had some money in the account after I stopped gambling in the Super Bowl because I lost every bet I had at the beginning. Put a couple thousand on, hey, new season of the PMS Live. I'm coming in hot. I'm taking FanDuel's money on a sport I know nothing about, which has got me every single offseason, by the way. College basketball kills me every offseason, empties my account. It happens it's fucking bookmark it. This year was going to be different because Foxy came back from Hawaii. Yeah. He was feeling good. Michigan State lost by 30.
Jesus.
Hawks fly, baby.
Foxy doesn't know shit.
Yeah, they're dead. Michigan State stinks.
Did they really lose by that much?
Yeah.
Yes, but 30.
It was Luka Garza retirement jersey night.
Big night.
Which was left out of the piece of information
Massive.
I was told.
I didn't know that either.
That's what I'm saying, though. You should have known it before you fucking came out.
I should have told us that. He's the Iowa guy.
Anyways,
Mitt also shit on Garza too, which did not bode well for the bet.
just real quick, Gumpy knows college basketball, and the guy that'll be joining us in 4 minutes knows more than all of us. We're going to get his take on Gumpy's top 16.
Yeah.
We're going to get his take on who we should be looking at and what matters and what doesn't in college basketball in 4 minutes. Cheers. Do you ever think about dabbling more on the internet? I know you don't really do it much, but
never.
you are beloved on there, Chuck.
Hey, Pat, never going on the internet.
Chuck!
Never go. No, because two things. Number one, once you're successful, I always say, being successful is like being the homecoming queen. All the ugly bitches hate you. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. When you're successful, you're going to have built-in enemies. And then the more successful you become, the more enemies come at you. So I don't want to give them access to me because I'm not that guy. If you say something mean to me, I got to say something mean back to you. When I was younger, I used to fight all the time. I'm too old to fight now, but I can still verbalize some insult.
Yes.
And like, let's say if I'm out drinking, because people know I like to drink. If I'm drinking my vodka or some tequila and you insult me, there's a 100% chance I'm gonna say some shit back at you. And the problem with being famous, Pat, and I don't like calling myself famous, but it is what it is.
Yeah, 21.
People can say anything they want to me, and nobody gives a shit. But the first time I go crazy on their ass, I'm gonna get crushed.
Yeah, you're not classy. You're not professional, obviously. Yeah, be a
so
gentleman.
I choose not to let people have access to me in that situation.
Hell of a machine.
310J, dude.
Oh, top of the line.
That's when they were singing about being sexy.
That's right. Yes.
The 310J, when somebody saw it, that's sexy, and he was like, the country
Yeah,
music,
damn
you're
right
right.
it is.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Holy
yeah, dude.
shit.
Hey, that's got a good cockpit in there.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the Pope Mobile with all the glass around the top there, but it ain't no Pope Mobile because this one's fucking breaking grind. Hell yeah.
Party in the front, business in the back, am I right?
Well, I do believe we got business,
Business
all
on both
sides.
ends.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the plot down there in the front is, although a good time. It is a good time to get that thing going.
Fun.
Business is being handled. Dude.
Everyone's getting plotted.
And then on the back, on the backside, you know, whenever you start cracking earth,
Oh, yeah.
oh my
You
god!
need the excavator back there, the big dog.
And you know the thing about the seat on this 310J, it turns.
Yeah.
So it's always in the front. You know, whatever you're working on, business can be on the front, both sides.
That's right.
Controls all around.
We worried about those front tires?
No, not at all.
That's how they roll.
No, they survive anything.
Those are standard Deere backhoe tires.
Look at the back
Someone like you
tires,
might be worried
Foxy. Yeah, exactly. Foxy.
I'm just asking questions.
Foxy, it ain't about the front wheels. It's always about the back.
That's right.
All right, because these rear wheel powered vehicles that you would never
Yeah,
understand.
you don't know anything about that, Foxy.
You have no
I
idea.
would not know.
Wake up.
I got friends that know. I don't know.
Listen, when you're drifting gears, okay, on a rear wheel, especially for 600 some ponies, you got to watch for like any, you know, plot holes or debris.
Of course.
Because you can and then hit a tree. Because the back end kicks out. And then you won't drive that car ever again. Because how are you not supposed to drift it? And I guess, how are you not supposed to hit another tree?
Yeah, right.
That's my life. Doesn't have to be yours, though. Thank you, Andrew, for calling from the 310J. That's a beautiful piece of machinery.
It is.
Gorgeous.
Take that thing another round. Oh, look at that thing prop itself up.
Lift kit.
That's why the wheels don't matter in the front, pal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. 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 Oh, it's a banger. This is from Kyle Best. And they just say Beats at the end. So I don't know if his name is Kyle Best Beats or these are Kyle Best's Beats.
Right.
That one.
His name is Kyle Best.
Kyle Best is his name.
Yeah, he ain't Kyle Worst, dude. Everything is playing
Bangers.
that this guy throws out. Thank you for joining us here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show, Hour 2 on this Feel Good Friday, February 25th, 2022. We'll be giving away $58,000 today.
Damn.
We will announce that contest in the third hour, but right now, to my left, your right. Oh, no, I ate some more sausage. Right
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out.
All right. I'm on keto, AJ. You don't want to get it?
What do you keep eating during the break?
Sausage.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
There's sausage. There's a lot of sausage there. It tastes delicious, but boy, they don't sit well. I think we should think about that as we go forward. All right, we're doing this.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
true.
happen.
True.
To my left, your right, AJ Hawk. The boys are here. Talks the table. At Tone Diggs, one half a hammer. Dahn is here. And joining us live from New York, a man who we were initially introduced to his electricity via the Pardon My Take podcast, a man who's a grinder, an insider, works for CBS, knows more about college basketball than you do. Just signed a deal with FanDuel to be a content creator. We'll sleep in May. This is FanDuel, ladies and gentlemen, John Rothstein.
Pat, right now, I feel like Shawn Michaels at the culmination of WrestleMania 12. The boyhood dream has come true.
Well, listen, I want to let you know it is our dream to have you on here. It was probably our fault while you were muted earlier. It sounded like you came in with some real fire. We will not ask you to duplicate that because we know some will come in the few minutes here we have. Hey, John, great to see you. Congrats on the FanDuel deal.
Hey, Pat. Appreciate it, fellas. Great to join you guys and the FanDuel family. And remember, this is only February. So as you mentioned, we're taking things to another level, and we are just 16 days away from Selection Sunday. Not that anybody's counting.
Okay, so let's talk about that. 16 days, what teams are we going to see? Who matters? Who doesn't? Are all the old school? Gonzaga, all the other school. Baylor, I think, was in there. I don't know.
Nova.
The normal schools. Are they still the powerhouses here? Do we have some new ones? What should we be looking at right now? Talk to me as if I know nothing about college basketball, because I don't, but people that are watching potentially, John.
Well, Pat, I'll tell you this. You obviously followed last year, and last year there were two teams that were clearly better than the rest in Baylor and Gonzaga. This year, it's the polar opposite. This year, parity has again dominated college basketball. Any number of 8 to 10 teams, maybe even 11 or 12, could win a national championship. Even more than that, could get to a Final Four. But I also think that we need to look at a bigger situation right now. Two potent offensive teams have separated themselves in college basketball. One is Gonzaga, who's been an incumbent at the top of the bracket, and the other is Arizona, which is coached by Tommy Lloyd, the former top assistant at Gonzaga. These two offenses feel like they're on a collision course, and if we get a Gonzaga-Arizona matchup in the Final Four or the national championship game, both will be number one seeds in the NCAA tournament. It will be college basketball's version of Reigns versus Lesnar.
Wow!
Hey, what does Gonzaga do so well that they're able to consistently be so good, especially in this era of like one and done and recruit one guy and win a national championship?
Well, Hawk, I'll tell you this much. When Gonzaga went to the Final Four for the first time in 2017, it put the program on a different level. And now, all of a sudden, instead of getting maybe some of the best transfers in college basketball, Gonzaga all of a sudden was able to recruit the best of the best. Last year, they had a dynamic lead guard in Jalen Suggs. This year, they have a unicorn in Chet Porzingis, who is completely, Chet Holmgren, who is completely unlike anybody that we've seen in college basketball. Initially, when he was in high school and I watched him, people compared him to Kristaps Porzingis, but he's much different. The motor runs at a different level. He can be a shot blocker on defense and a three-point shooter on offense. Last night against San Francisco, in multiple situations, Gonzaga was in a situation where Holmgren got a defensive rebound, led the break, went to the other rim, and finished. We are seeing a scenario right now where Gonzaga has not one, but two All-Americans in its front court with Chet Holmgren, who's in play to be the number one overall pick in the 22 NBA draft, along with Drew Timme, who was the consensus preseason National Player of the Year.
Drew Timme's my guy, right? That's the mustache guy.
Mustache guy.
Yeah. Okay, I love that guy. Hey, John, thank you for breaking this down like I'm a doofus, because I am. I feel like I just learned a lot. No, I'm letting you know. I am, and I appreciate that. I can't wait to see Holmgren play. I can't wait to see Holmgren play. He's going coast to coast.
He's a beast.
Someone big. He's the NBA guy, lottery guy. Get through March Madness. Let's make some things dance. We have a guy in here that pays very close attention to college basketball, strictly because he bets on it every single day. You might have a problem. This is what he looks like, by the way. This is the man. Bang, John. That's Gumpy right there. These are his top 16, John. How do you feel about this? Is this how we should be viewing it? I guess Purdue at 11 has a lot of people pissed off. Is this about accurate, or are these the teams you see making it to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, I think that's a good 16 by Gumpy right there. Gumpy kind of reminds me of one of the guys who was like in the extras on the trail in like the Lost World Jurassic Park series. He looks like he could hang out in like Jurassic World.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment. Yeah.
Like Gumpy's looking to take down some raptors. And by the way, just for reference too, really looking forward to Jurassic World Dominion hitting theaters in June. Pat, it's no time before. We've got an opportunity to get a Saturday afternoon with Jurassic World Dominion. But anyway, getting back on track right here, I think this is a really good list by Gumpy. And I think, one thing we need to keep in mind as well is that momentum plays a big role in college basketball. And I'll give you a perfect example. 11 years ago, UConn finished 9-9 in the Big East regular season. They went to the Big East tournament. Kemba Walker happened. They win 5 games in a row. Then they go to the NCAA tournament, and they win 6 games in a row. The rest is history. And then just last year, UCLA was a team that lost its 5-star point guard, DeSean Watson, to the G League. It lost its best returning player, Chris Smith, to a torn ACL. And also its starting center, Jalen Hill, pretty much quit the team in February. The Bruins lost 4 straight games heading into the NCAA tournament, and then they went from the first 4 to the final 4. So in the next 16 days, we are going to see momentum at a real level play a factor in all of this. But remember, Pat, this is only February.
By the way, February is nothing compared to the next month.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, March Madness is coming on the other side. UCLA had that kid with that fro, right?
Yeah.
Had that
Juzang.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still on the
Tiger
squad?
Campbell.
Huh?
Tiger Campbell's the guy with the fro.
Is he still on the team?
He's still on the team. Yeah, he was their point guard, Tiger Campbell. UCLA is a team, Pat, that's had incredible bad luck with injuries this year. Cody Riley, their top, interior player from a year ago, had 14, 10, and 5 in the Final 4 against Gonzaga. He was out for the first month of the year. Then they went on a month-long COVID pause. Jaime Jaquez, who looked like a potential All-American, is battling an ankle injury for probably a month right now. So UCLA right now needs to get healthy, a shell of itself. They lost at Oregon last night.
Well, they might be able to do what they did last year. Who knows? That's why college basketball is so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And when you talk about momentum, we assume that the momentum of Coach K's final year has led Duke to be great. Gumpy's got him at 5 there. Is this Coach K thing been everything it was cracked up to be before the season? I haven't followed closely enough. Is he giving speeches at every arena? Is he getting gifts at every arena like Jeter? How is that whole thing going? And are they a team that could maybe win in this final year for the guy?
Coach K is pretty much getting treated this season like Bret Hart did at the end of WrestleMania 10. Remember when everybody kind of stormed the ring and put him on their shoulders after he beat Yokozuna at the Garden? It's kind of like a similar type of send-off.
Yeah.
And one thing, too, that's ironic about this Duke situation is, we've grown up with the ACC always being one of the great leagues in college basketball. It's not this year. As of today, with the
They're dead, John? The ACC's dead?
Uh-oh.
Right now, Pat, believe it or not, right now the ACC has 15 teams. I had 4 ACC teams in my bracket today. Duke, Notre Dame, Miami, and Wake Forest. North Carolina's in the bubble.
BC.
So Duke is not in a situation from now into Selection Sunday where they're going to get the type of quality opponents that they need to boost their standing. Despite a terrific record, Duke right now, to me, looks like they'll be a 2 or maybe even a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament because they're not getting the same caliber of competition. However, Duke did beat Gonzaga, did beat Kentucky, and Duke, because of the talent base, has the highest ceiling in college basketball. I'm not saying Duke's the best team, but Duke has the highest ceiling. And think about this, from a recruiting perspective, this Duke team has a starting 5. Trevor Keels, Wendell Moore, A.J. Griffin, Paolo Caro, and Mark Williams, that combined was highly recruited and highly rated and higher rated than the Duke team that won a national championship 7 years ago in Indianapolis with Tyus Jones, Justice Winslow, and Jahlil Okafor.
Okay, so they have an opportunity, you're saying. Go ahead, AJ.
Are people thinking that if Duke doesn't make a run, that they're an underachieving team?
Oh, like every other Duke squad that Coach K's coached.
Yeah.
They had Zion.
There's serious holes in this Duke team, I think, when you look at potential experience, because remember, last year's Duke team, missed the NCAA tournament. There was no NCAA tournament in 2020. So the thing that's missing from Duke right now is NCAA tournament experience. The only guy that's really played substantial minutes in the NCAA tournament for Duke is Marquette transfer Theo John, and he was on the Marquette team, remember, in 2019 that went out in the first round when Murray State upset Marquette.
Murray State's job, right?
Oh, yeah. His job.
Yeah,
that's Tom Moran.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a college basketball guy.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I get into that whole thing. Just real quick before the boys have their actual questions.
Yeah.
West Virginia just stinks at basketball. I thought we were a good basketball team, and then I checked out the whole record, and we fucking stink. When did that happen? What happened?
West Virginia is having a season right now that is comparable to the experience that Mick Foley had as King of the Ring 1998 in Hell in a Cell. Pat, they're in last place right now, and if they get knocked out in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, you might as well break out the thumbtacks.
Oh, shit! Through the cage, dude. People forget about that. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, John, love these, top of the table teams, but who's our Loyola Chicago this year? Who's the team that's coming out of nowhere and, making some noise?
Well, how long do you have? I mean, how long is the spot? I can take you till 6 o'clock if you really want to get in.
It's the off season for the NFL, so fucking go on.
Rip it.
Yeah, go on, do what you got to do.
All right, well, let's look at the teams right now outside the main 6 conferences. The Mountain West Conference has had a resurgence this year without its main brands doing primary damage. UNLV or New Mexico is not right now projected to be in the NCAA tournament out of the Mountain West, but Wyoming, Colorado State, Boise State, and San Diego State are. Colorado State is a potent offensive team led by David Roddy, somebody who looks like an offensive guard but plays like a shifty 2 guard.
Oh,
Wyoming,
the big body can move.
Yes, and Wyoming has one of the more underrated 1-2 punches in college basketball with Hunter Maldonado and Grant Ike. That's a really, really good league, an underrated league. Now, in Gonzaga's league, St. Mary's, led by Randy Bennett, has had a major resurgence. They are very quietly a team that's going to host Gonzaga tomorrow night, but has already won in excess of 20 games. They've been ranked in the top 25. And if you look at St. Mary's in your bracket, think to yourself, this is the equivalent of like playing Wisconsin. They're an old team. They don't turn it over. They're outstanding defensively. They're extremely, extremely well coached. Now, Rick Pitino has led Iona to domination of the MAC.
Hey, we're talking restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
He's back, huh? The guy still
He has built an American Conference roster at Iona. He's got 2 American Conference transfers in the backcourt, Tyson Jolly and Elijah Joyner, as well as a burgeoning big man in Nelly Jr. Joseph, a sophomore who's averaging a double-double in his last 2 games. They're a team to watch out of the MAC. We've talked about Murray State. I just hung up with their head coach, Matt McMahon, before I got on with you guys. And the most interesting thing about Murray State this season, Murray State has 2 starters, Tevin Brown and KJ Williams, from the team that beat Marquette in 2019 that we just talked about. They combined for 35 and 10 rebounds in that game alongside John Morant. So there is NCAA tournament experience on Murray State's roster.
Wow,
and beyond that, there are still other teams that I would put in bold print. I think one of the more interesting conference tournaments that we're going to have, only one team can go, is the Mid-American Conference tournament. That's in your neck of the woods, Pat. Toledo is a team that is potent offensively, led by
That's the Rockets, dude.
No, I hear you. Now, Ohio is the team. And by the way, Elton John is on his last tour. He was at MSG this week. I couldn't go, though, because obviously Tuesday night was a big night in college hoops. But anyway, we're going to look at Ohio.
That's why this guy's on the show.
That's right.
That's why this guy is a FanDuel content creator all of a sudden. Because this dude could have seen Elton John on his last tour again.
Yeah, again.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And
Elton.
instead, it's big time basketball. It's February. We're close. We're getting close. Thank you for that.
Right, this is only February. Now, in the Mid-American, too, Ohio, a team last year that beat Virginia, is a team that has replaced their star point guard, Jason Preston, with another point guard, Mark Sears, who's been absolutely sensational. He forms a nice troika along with Ben Vanderplas and Xavier transfer Jason Carter. And also, Kent State has had a resurgence thanks to Sincere Carey, a transfer from Duquesne who had 42 earlier this week. So only one team is going to go from that league, but the Mid-American Conference representative in the NCAA tournament should be formidable.
Hey, listen, Duquesne's a prominable school.
They fucking stink this year. They're about as bad as West Virginia's.
No. Get the thumbtacks out, dude. You guys lost the guy that's putting up 40 points against me.
That's an issue.
We didn't lose anybody.
I got some news for you guys on Duquesne if you want it.
Sure.
So we'll be the Duquesne news breaking.
Go Dukes.
I just tweeted this a little over an hour ago. Their AD, Dave Harper, has told me that Keith Dambrot, their head coach, will return next season.
Thank God.
So
Great day to be a Duke.
to get another opportunity. And again, Pat, I don't think people understand how difficult this job is. You know, I have different taglines for different schools in college basketball. For me, Keith Dambrot is mission impossible because Duquesne hasn't been to the NCAA tournament since 77. They got there in 77, a losing record, because they won their conference tournament and got the automatic qualifier. That, my friends, is the epitome
Football
of brutality.
school.
You guys
Football.
stink.
Football school.
You
dude.
guys
Tony.
stink.
Tony.
You guys
Listen,
stink.
AJ Palumbo Center will be rocking, though. I can promise you that.
Palumbo.
That's what I'm saying.
Gumpy, your question for John Rothstein, sir.
Yeah, John, I'm really high on Illinois, have been all year. They're plus 4,500 to win the Natty right now. Why can't they put it together on a consistent basis, my friend?
It's a chemistry experiment, Gumpy, and coming into the season, many people, including myself, felt that one of the best guards in the country would have been Andre Curbelo, Illinois' talented sophomore. Andre Curbelo has had lingering concussion issues all season long, and the rhythm and the chemistry of this team has been like, you know, alternate side parking in New York City. It's every third day. And what we're finding is Illinois, and I spoke to a Big Ten head coach about this week, is a harder team to guard when Andre Curbelo is not on the floor, because what Brad Underwood has done is he's got obviously a staple in the middle in Kofi Coburn, a first-team All-American and National Player of the Year candidate.
Cockburn still playing?
Yeah, Cockburn's ripping it out.
Oh, he is a
285 pounds.
Yeah.
But he surrounded them with great shooters: Jacob Granderson, DeMonte Williams, Alfonso Plummer, and Trent Frazier. So when you add Curbelo to that mix, it affects their spacing a little bit. The rhythm and the chemistry for Illinois, as it's been for many teams this year, has been a work in progress.
Go ahead, Tom.
John, I am an Iowa alum, big-time fan, even though they, I mean, we kind of know what's going to happen with them this year. Is anyone in the Big Ten going to kind of like separate themselves outside of Illinois? Like, can Iowa make any noise? Or are they going to make tournament, squeak by in the first round, and get their asses beat by someone good in the second round?
Well, Iowa's an NCAA tournament team, which to me is a tremendous accomplishment, considering that it lost Luka Garza and Joe.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Hey,
Keegan Murray's pretty damn good.
Hey, those dudes run like John Deere out there.
They do. That's right. That's right.
But I will say this, you know, I think really what Keegan Murray is doing right now for Iowa as a sophomore is grossly underappreciated. I mean, you know, here's a guy who, if he played, and I mean this with all due respect to Iowa's program, if Keegan Murray played for a blue blood program at Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Indiana, he would universally be viewed as a first-team All-American and a National Player of the Year candidate.
Horseshit, John.
Iowa stinks. Iowa stinks.
You hear about Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. You hear about Oscar Tshiebwe, Kofi Coburn, Ochai Agbaji from Kansas. You don't hear Keegan Murray resonating as much as he should be. This guy is not taking a nibble. He's taking a gargantuan bite as a sophomore.
How come? Is that because you guys in New York don't want to talk about the Iowa team? Is that what's about?
I've been talking about Iowa, Pat. I'm telling you. I was buying stock now in Keegan Murray. I called my financial advisor and I said, Blue Horseshoe loves Hanacott Steel like Charlie Sheen in Wall Street, circa 1987.
Oh, yeah. All right, thank you. All right. We appreciate you doing that over there in the big city for Iowa.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very nice of you to do that. What was the Italian restaurant you referenced in your FanDuel video?
Oh, that was Campagnola on 74th and 1st. A New York City staple, unbelievable tri-pasta appetizer. Pat, you and your guys want to come in? I'll call Frankie. I'll set it up. No problem.
Set it up.
Yeah, it sounds like something you should set up.
Set it up.
Do you want me to call Frankie, though? You know Frankie pretty good?
Yeah, I know Frankie pretty well, but if you want to, flex the muscle, you want to do it, let's go ahead.
Nah, just the pinky ring. Just the pinky ring and the 23 and me, and I'll say, hey, normally I'm eating the Fazzolinis. But if we can come by the Frankie's Casa, we'll have some good food. The gabagool is so good. It's a New Yorker thin pizza. It's the Italian pizza. I could do that if you want me to, John, but I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, come on.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to ruin it.
Hey, John, my last question, John. Who's going to win the NIT this year?
I think, really, you got to look at Herb Sendek's team at Santa Clara. They had Joseph Frankie, their starting center, out of the lineup, early in the season due to mononucleosis. A lot of people don't know this about Santa Clara. They beat TCU and Stanford early in the year. They've got a burgeoning star that not a lot of people know about in Jalen Williams, and they are on track right now to be the 3 seed in the West Coast Conference tournament ahead of San Francisco and BYU, who are projected to be in the field or very, very close. So I think Santa Clara is an NIT team out of the West Coast Conference.
John, how long have you just said, you know what, everything college basketball, I won't fucking know? Like, how long is that? You just dropped an NIT champion. I mean, that is...
Yeah, no, it started on March 30th, 1991. UNLV was on a 45-game winning streak. They were 34-0 going into the 1991 Final Four in Indianapolis. 79-77 was the final score. Duke beat UNLV that night. UNLV was undefeated. Christian Laettner makes 2 free throws with 12 seconds left. And if you remember, those 2 teams played in the title game the year before in Denver. UNLV beat Duke 103-73. That was the first moment I really remember falling in love with college basketball. And Pat, we were talking a little bit about my father earlier via text. My parents have been married right now for an extremely, extremely long time. They'll celebrate their 47th wedding anniversary in May. That was one time I remember my mom made plans and my dad was like, yeah, I'm not going. I got to watch Duke UNLV. I knew it was a really, really big deal. I didn't know how big it was until I saw Laettner make those 2 free throws. And you have to remember, that was the first national championship for Mike Krzyzewski. He went in 86. He lost to Louisville 72-69 in the title game. He went in 87. He went in 88. He lost, and Kansas won a national championship. He went in 89. He lost to Seton Hall in Seattle, and he went in 90, and he lost to UNLV in the title game. In 91, he broke through. He ended UNLV's 45-game winning streak. Since then, some people have hobbies. I watch college basketball.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. I mean, if Krzyzewski, Coach K, does that run there of losing the Natty 5 times, he's getting killed right now.
Oh, baby.
I did not know that. You said, if you remember, I did not remember any of that. I wish I did, but I do not remember any of that. I didn't know Coach Krzyzewski could have like 5 more titles on his.
Yeah, big time coach early on.
72-69, he could be a guy. So as an insider, you're just texting with everybody all day, every day. You know what's going on. Does that help feed your punditry, or how does it work in that particular? Are you just knower of all things? Is that kind of how you're viewed?
No, I just try to always be, going to practices in the preseason, always making sure, you're getting insight from coaches and so on and so forth, but at the same time forming your own opinions. But I think obviously having the insight and the working knowledge on a day in, day out basis, I've kind of made up my mind right now that this is what I do 365 days a year, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday.
Well, we appreciate that. A couple more questions here, and we appreciate your time. Zito just dropped in my ear, and, it's a pretty good question because I think there's like millions and millions of dollars on the line for this, maybe even $1 billion at this point. I'm not 100% sure. The perfect bracket. What are your thoughts? Do you fill out numerous brackets? Are you in all these bracketologies? Will you be the first person with the perfect bracket who gets like $1 billion, or will that never happen?
No, the worst thing you can do when you fill out a bracket is have really good working knowledge of college basketball, because the more you know, the worse you're going to do, because you're going to analyze certain things. You can be like, well, Vermont's a 16 seed and Ryan Davis has been incredible in the America East. Maybe they could shock somebody. And this is how much I want to tell you about how all of this is really just by a whim. When UMBC beat Virginia in 2018 and was the first 16 seed to beat a 1 in NCAA tournament history, UMBC was not expected to win the America East that year. Vermont was the heavy favorite. They were in a possession game in Burlington on their home floor, and Jarris Lyles, a VCU transfer for UMBC, pulled up, made a 3-point shot, and the rest is history. Nobody thought that UMBC was going to win the America East that year, let alone be a 16 seed that beat a 1. But Pat, you got to remember, it's not anarchy. It's just college basketball.
John, let's be honest. You know who's going to win the entire thing. So why don't you just tell us right now, who should we bet on and why are they going to win?
With all
Look,
that you
I'm not
just
going to
said.
say anything until I see a bracket, but I will say this. This year's tournament will be harder to predict than most because the level of separation between teams is extreme.
John, who's going to win?
John, who the hell?
Gonzaga? It's going to be
Who's good
Gonzaga,
value? John.
Arizona? I forget
Val.
the two you said.
Gonzaga and Arizona have been the two most impressive teams that I've seen so far, followed by Auburn. But Auburn's guard play to me is a concern. And I think that John Calipari's team at Kentucky, who has won back-to-back SEC games against Alabama and LSU without its starting backcourt of Ty Washington and Xavier Wheeler, has been absolutely sensational in 2022. I don't know if there's another team in the country that could have beaten Alabama and LSU back-to-back without a starting backcourt. I'll say this, okay?
Yeah.
If there was a bracket today and I had to fill it out, I don't know who the fourth team would be, but I know that regardless of where they were placed, I would pick Gonzaga, Arizona, and Kentucky to be in the Final Four in New Orleans.
We appreciate that. We're also appreciative of your time. We're thankful that FanDuel signed you because you're the man. Can't wait to chat with you more. Excited to see how many hours you sleep over the next few weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, John Rossini. Hour 3 on the other side. Cheers. No, you're good. What's up, John? We
We don't sleep. We sleep in May.
Well, oh yeah. Guys, I kind of fucking ruined your whole tagline there with I can't wait to see how many hours. That's on me. We're still live on YouTube. We're not on Sirius anymore. We had a hard out there, which, by the way, I mean,
Yeah.
bang,
On the screws.
right on the right on the
Yeah.
bang.
McGuire.
What is like a day-to-day? Okay, yeah, Foxy, go ahead.
John, can we expect any other coaches to get smacked in the mouth this season or what?
I don't think after what happened last Sunday, no. I think that kind of set the precedent.
What's that all about? Has that ever happened before?
No, I don't think I've ever seen a coach hit another coach, man. That was pretty intense.
We appreciate you, man. Don't sleep, obviously. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. Pat, great chat with you, man. Thank you.
Hey, you too. You're the man, John Rossi. Thank you. Woo! He's getting a little too comfortable, I think.
He definitely thought it.
Yeah, I didn't want him to.
Yeah, smart.
All right, John. Talk to you next week, dude.
Lightning rod.
He's awesome.
The knowledge.
It's got to be crazy knowing the top 8 guys of every team in college basketball. That's a lot of names.
Also, every single WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
He
interesting.
gave an NIT champion.
AJ, what a fuck.
I'm glad. I figured he would know.
You're trying to stump
I don't know how did he know
No,
that?
I knew it wasn't going to stump him. I knew he was going to have plenty to talk about.
Listen, I want to be rather transparent to those that are watching. I mean, I don't give a fuck about college basketball. Okay? But when March Madness happens, I'm all in.
Yes.
So, like, I'm
Yes.
very appreciative. Like, I can't watch it. I don't know how people do. I'm very appreciative that people love it. I know it has a passionate fan base. But literally, if I want to watch that style of basketball, I will go to LA Fitness, YMCA, any of these gyms that have pickup games where dudes are studs. And if you haven't been to any of these pickup games where dudes are studs, I recommend you go to it because you can get a pump on, walk through one door, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, these dudes are really good at basketball. Whatever. This one tore his ACL like his senior year or whatever, ended up going to this, and then academically, whatever happened. If I wanted to watch that, I would just go to the fucking YMCA right down here if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. They got talent down there.
With that being said, March Madness is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Give me all that bad basketball that I could take.
Hell yeah.
Give me
First 4 days.
We'll sleep in May, dude.
Yeah, we
That's
will.
right.
Big shout out to John Rothstein.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I feel like we're educated right now, dude.
Pretty educated.
Gonzaga, Arizona, Kentucky, then Auburn also. And Duke's talented. I mean,
A
that's
little worried about the guard play for Auburn, though.
True.
Yeah, well, agree. But the
They're still
backcourt's coming.
Don't sleep on
Bruce
Texas
Pearl?
Tech either. Texas Tech is a dark horse. They've beaten some very good teams this year.
Oh, is that Rothstein didn't say that, or is this just a Gumpy addition?
They're kind of flying under the radar. They have beat some very good teams all year long.
Thank you, Gumpy.
He did love the gold standard Gump Sweet 16, though.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
And let's not forget about Iona. Rick Pitino's got those boys flying
Hey, I
around.
thought it was the gold
He's a
standard.
great recruiter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Silver tongue, that pie.
Uh-huh. Two
Oh,
guys
you bet.
that could be in the ACC.
The Gales?
Yeah. Go
No,
Gales.
Not in the ACC, the
Iona.
American Conference, I think, right?
Oh, I thought
That's what he says.
Yeah, I think he said American.
I thought he was saying ACC.
I didn't think he said Atlantic Coastal, but he did say the ACC's dead.
Yeah, he did.
It is. Only
There's a lot.
14.
North Carolina's not even getting in the
No.
dance this year.
Yeah. Roy Williams, though. They just lost him.
How about him literally having a boom, 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 great metaphor, and next question.
Yeah. And then
Unbelievable.
Big brain.
every metaphor was at the WrestleMania, too. It was unbelievable. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Arizona Gonzaga.
Hey, that's coming up, huh? Tonight they're signing a contract. It's going to be official.
Oh, hell yeah.
In the ring?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Now we go.
Table?
Brock Lesnar. Normally tables at those signings. A couple chairs.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But Roman Reigns is the head of the table, so every contract signing Roman Reigns is a part of is always something. You know, like who's sitting there, who's sitting where, because his seat's normally at the head of the table.
Yep.
And then the other person's chair is set at the side of the table.
The hell's Heyman gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Where's that dump going to be?
Heyman fucking turned on Brock. He'll be on Roman's side.
Maybe. Unless he pulls some shit again, which he probably will.
Listen, I understand you guys are all big Brock guys because Brock came in here and was awesome.
Yeah.
Remember the Roman?
Still love Roman.
Sure, I
Still
know.
the biggest badass.
Yeah, he's the biggest badass.
Fucking chair, though.
I'm completely torn.
By the way, me too.
I'm rolling with
Is,
Brock.
Is Cole there tonight, or is he on front lines?
What's that?
Is Cole there tonight, or is he?
Michael is. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of text from Michael Cole today.
But he's pumped.
It's first. He is pumped. He is pumped.
I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. So.
Yeah. He's always pumped about the show too.
Yeah.
He's probably juiced about
I
it.
mean, when you get here, let's go. When you get here, let's go. I'm on my way. Michael Cole, I can't wait to see you. We'll be heading out here soon. Hour 3 starts in about 1 minute. Go ahead and go to the bathroom, and we'll see you then. Like one of the best conversations I've ever had in my life. I appreciate this.
All right. Well, I don't understand why it took you so long to get me on this show. I'm
Well,
a huge
fuck-
fan of yours. I think you're hilarious. So don't be a stranger.
I don't know if you
All
mean
right?
that or not. But
No, I do. And by the way, you know what I've been singing about the Patriots season so far? It's beginning to look a lot like 2001. Who is this Mac Jones? And we got Billy fucking B working on our fucking D, and all the Colts fans are gonna cry. Go fuck yourselves, everybody. I'll see you in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you.
Another week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Burr, thank you, man.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show, hour 3 on this Feel Good Friday, February 25th, 2022. Shall we begin? Right.
Yeah!
Hey, it's been a great week, guys.
Hell yeah. Unreal week.
Really good week.
Good to be back.
AJ, great to have you here, man. Always awesome to get to chat with you on day, especially when you have a fresh new haircut from Stud Clip.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sport clips. You're right.
Hey, Sport Clips, give me that Sport Clip special. Do you want us to fade it? Sure. Do the Sports Clip fade. We know what it is. Right to the top. Let's get that thing back. You look magnificent, AJ Hawk.
Yep. Thank you. I feel magnificent after listening to old Rossini really educate me on what I should do in my bracket coming up, both NCAA and NIT. So I feel like I'm ahead of the curve.
Well, thank you for asking him about a future NIT champion, and I do appreciate him giving us a Santa Clara or something.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara is
Herb Sendex boys.
Yeah, BYU below them in the conference tournament, but
could be in the
NCAA.
NCAA, yeah. So they got a couple players that are unbelievable, obviously. But yeah, John Rossini was amazing. It was great chatting with him. It was really cool chatting with him. We don't know if it was our fault or his that it came in muted, but I enjoy him immensely, and hopefully we'll get the chance to chat with him the next couple of weeks. He doesn't sleep.
No.
Yeah.
24/7, 365, twice on Sunday.
What does he do for CBS? Is he when is he on TV with CBS?
I think he does that. I think they just
Yeah, he'll be part of their. I mean, when the tournament's on, it's on like 10 different channels. He's doing coverage on one of them.
Once again,
does he do color commentary? Like, is he
No,
on-
he's a studio guy.
Pundit,
Should.
insider.
He should do color though. He'd be great, or play-by-play probably.
That travel, though, man. Like, we're talking about all these potential color commentators for the NFL and who's doing that. And that's, I mean, it's not easy. And I assume college is small towns, too, like where you fly into. I think for him to do I think he's best suited, right, in the role that he just did there. But I do think he would be a great color commentator. I don't know much about him. He was fantastic.
He would bring a bunch of energy to the game. Like, that's why Gus Johnson, when he does NCAA basketball. He brings some juice to the game. I know if Rothstein, I hear him on the mic calling a game, even if I don't see him, like he's going to bring some energy.
Okay, so let's talk about Gus Johnson and that whole thing that transpired yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
There's more, or 2 days ago, I guess.
Yeah, there's more news.
There's more news now. So Troy Aikman signs with ESPN to do Monday Night Football for $17.5 million per. Congrats to Troy.
Yeah, congrats, Troy.
Dropping his beer 8 out in Texas. I don't know if it's everywhere, but atta baby Troy. Troy's living a really good life right now, as he deserves, by the way. Been around. We are fans of Troy Aikman around here. Understand people don't like him. People don't like a lot of commentators because commentators have to be the soundtrack to your worst memories in sports, right? So that's naturally going to happen. They all hate your team because at some point your team has stunk and they've had to point it out. I think that's just naturally how it goes. But there are some that are a little bit more insufferable than others. I personally feel that Troy has been really relatable in the booth. Now, I didn't listen the entire time I was in the league. And as a kid, I don't know if I was paying attention close enough to all the commentators. This is just strictly post-retirement Anyways, I like Troy. He goes 17.5 to Monday Night Football. So that he was rumored to be going to Amazon, leaving Fox to go to Amazon. Well, who's going to Amazon then? Rumors now say they did talk to John Lynch, and John Lynch inevitably said he's going back to the Niners. So with all these names, you bring up Gus Johnson. I'm like, yo, put Gus in.
Yeah.
Put Gus in primetime. Like, hey, we will watch Gus in primetime on the NFL, and that's awesome. But you start thinking about the pieces that are going to be in place and who they're hiring and everything like that. And we didn't mention this dude's name yesterday, and I thought of it literally immediately upon us getting out of here. You know, Ohio guy, friend of the program, you know, Kirk Herbstreit at ESPN, right? Did a couple Monday Night Football games. Good.
Yeah, very good.
Good. And money. He's been at ESPN for a very long time. Long time. College Game Day, like biggest show they got, you know, and everything like that. The college game at night he's been doing for a long time. And I have not talked to Herbstreit. I've not talked to Herbstreit since all of this has happened. But there's another name that we should maybe throw into the ring there for NFL commentator, because I felt like he did it. He was like a fish to water going to do the NFL. He's very calm, very calculated. And I know he said he loves college football. Like that's what he told, because I've been trying to get him in the NFL for a long time, right? I mean, I've been pitching him for Monday Night Football for hey, Kirk, you need to what are we even doing, man? Come to the men's league. I love college football. He is obsessed and loves college football. Like, was there a chance he was offered $17.5 million to do Monday Night Football and he said no, do you think?
I doubt he would turn that down.
Yeah, no way.
Okay, so I wonder, like that is, because he's within ESPN, and if he was offered $17.5 million, what Troy ended up getting paid to do Monday Night Football, you would assume his love for college football would still be there, but hey, I'm a fan now. You know, and I'm not a
Could he do both? Is it possible they could say, hey, we'll give you $20 more a year, but you got to do game day and you got to still come do Monday night.
Well, he can't now, right? Because Troy's going to be the color commentator. Yeah. Now they're looking for the play-by-play. But I'm just saying that signing of Troy, the ripple effects that's going to have everywhere is fascinating, because Tony Romo gets 17, Troy gets 17.5. Hey, this is the new norm now. Yeah. So if you're a good color commentator, like, hey, this is a good time to be a good color commentator. And what Kirk is
best of the best. Yeah.
So I don't know if college football is going to...
Only the top crews, though. Only the few top crews get that gigantic money.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I think Kirk's one of them, right?
Yeah, he is 100% one of them, yeah. But now Amazon's color commentary job is open, and then Troy's job with Joe is open at Fox.
There's reports.
Well, and then maybe Joe is out, too, because he's only got one more year left.
Yeah.
And what's that?
There was reports today that Sean Payton might be offered that
Fox color commentator job.
They just don't know. I think Sean Payton will be great, most likely, but they don't know. Correct. He hasn't done it.
Michael McCarthy at M. McCarthy Rev breaking: Sean Payton negotiating with Fox Sports. The former Super Bowl winning New Orleans Saints coach could potentially succeed Troy Aikman as Network's #1 game analyst alongside Joe Buck. I assume Joe and Sean have a good relationship. This is why this was broached. But also, Sean just retired. Very, very successful. You remember his retirement press conference was an hour and a half long, him just shooting the shit. I think he's a very good speaker. I think he knows the game, obviously, inside and out. His resume is filthy. He'd be great for that gig. But okay, now we got to think, is his team potentially floating information that he's negotiating with Fox to be the #1, because Amazon's gig is also open out there? And if that's the case, if we're going to get Sean Payton in the booth, excited about it.
Yeah, awesome.
There's also rumors Tom Brady is being sought after to be a color analyst, color commentator by Amazon and Fox now, trying to figure it out. So we know that John Lynch was brought in for an interview by Amazon to potentially be the color commentator for them Thursday Night Football. John Lynch ultimately decided he was going to go back and be with the Niners. Then obviously Troy's name was attached to it. Al Michaels' name was attached to it. Nothing has been officialized. Now Sean Payton's name's leaking out for the Fox gig. Tom's name is leaking out for both. It'd be cool to hear them both, but what if neither of them want to do it? Yeah. I'm excited to see how these kind of roles get filled.
For Sean Payton, if you're one of these networks, because he had his press conference, but it wasn't exactly like, I'm never coaching again. Like, if the Dallas Cowboys job opens up for a coach in a year or two, are you giving Sean this job as an announcer, your number one announcer for a year, thinking maybe he could leave and go back to coaching in a year?
Well, and then also Joe Buck's only on 1 year too, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey, you still be in the game. Still something you do this. Maybe, but no, we don't know
They want
what's
to make
true.
a splash higher, though. And Sean Payton absolutely would make some noise if Fox hired him for Troy's job.
Tom Brady would be a...
Big
Brady.
Does Tom have any... does
He's
he
making
want
that
to do
move.
That?
He's making that movie where he is producing and starring in it. I think it's 80 for Brady or something like
What's
that.
it about?
Cross country trip.
Yeah, four, I believe, elderly women are going to see the 2016 season Super Bowl, which was in 2017 against the Falcons, and Brady's playing himself. So I assume there's some
hijinks
interaction
that
between
we'll
between the two groups.
Is it based on a true story? Sounds like it.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure there were four elderly women who went cross country to see that Super
Was that
Bowl.
the same? What's
I
that?
don't know. Wouldn't you rather them do a movie or a docuseries on that one allegedly crazy lady that drove cross country in a diaper to go get to her mistress?
Okay.
What
I mean, there's a
the
lot of
hell?
movies that could be made. I
She
don't know
was
how
gonna kill
Tom
him.
Brady.
What are
She
you
had,
talking about?
Weapons in the back, and she put a diaper on and drove cross country because she didn't want to have to stop to go to the bathroom to get to the dude she was with, who was married, I believe.
Is this Tom Brady?
I think she was an astronaut. It's real.
Is this Tom Brady?
No, but when you said the four elderly ladies driving cross country, boom, that popped in my brain.
Well, thank you. Keep that beautiful brain going,
It'd be a
honestly.
good movie, though.
There's a lot of great stories. That sounds like an incredible one, by the way. I'm surprised it hasn't been a documentary already. Why don't you do
Set
that?
up a meeting somewhere.
All right, perfect.
There you go.
They set up a meeting to set up a meeting.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? And then
That's all meetings are. Let's talk about what our next meeting is going to be.
yeah, but that next meeting, hey, we're going to get closer.
That's the one.
We're going to get closer. But the synopsis of 80 for Brady is, I have a friend who works in Hollywood. Oh, this is, all right. This is an anonymous source. This was sent to the show, okay? I think it was Zito. I'm not 100% sure who got this inside information. But so I have a friend who works in Hollywood and will be the associate director for 80 for Brady. It's a movie about four ladies who have gone to the Super Bowl every year, and their last one is the Super Bowl where the Bucks win. Okay, so 2016 would happen, I guess.
That's just
Part of the
from
story.
the New York Post or Hollywood Reporter article I read.
Is that the one where? Which one did his jersey get stolen?
That was
Not Tampa.
No,
Was it
not
Atlanta?
Tampa. I thought it was in Atlanta, but it was the jersey from the Seahawks Super Bowl.
Well, that's so. Whatever it's from, I wonder if these ladies help.
Oh,
You know,
like an Ocean's 8 situation.
Oh yeah, 80.
Okay.
Maybe there's 80 ladies that
my
are all
God.
fighting for Brady's jersey
With diapers on.
wow, that's a different story. Remember, don't
Are they 80 years
Okay.
old? Is that what
Depends.
that 80 is about?
Could be I-80.
It is based on a true story, but we all know it won't be as good as American Underdog.
No.
Kurt Warner
Well,
story.
that goes without being said.
what happened?
I still don't know. I still don't know if it's good or not.
What is the deal? It is.
You gotta
It's
watch
good.
it, dude.
No, it's incredible.
What is your
can't.
problem, you guys?
It is.
Foxy. What is?
They are so full of shit. I can't even take
I
it.
think so too.
They are
I
so
think
Not at all.
There's no
They have to
chance
be.
they're telling the truth.
The issue is, I thought the movie was. We're not saying the movie's probably going to be bad. That's
No.
not what we were saying. What we were saying is these two humans, Ty and Nick, are not acting like themselves at all whenever they speak about this
Exactly.
particular movie.
That's how good it was.
And
It does have a 98 audience score.
Bingo.
Yes, but
Proof's in the pudding, my friends. Proof is in the pudding.
Give it an Oscar.
They
What
should.
you guys do?
All the
You
others.
guys
Should.
called
What?
each other on vacation. You guys were bored as fuck.
Did
and we're like,
Foxy
hey,
see it?
Let's fucking
No.
stir something up. We're gonna say the Kurt Warner movie.
dude,
is
they
awesome.
said they watched it the same night on vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
They watched it
This
in a
is not real.
Zoom.
This
They
is
watched
so
it in a
fake.
Zoom.
No, Nick texted me the following day and said, "Dude, you got to watch the Kurt Warner movie." I said, "You know what? I actually did last night." And it was almost
Excellent
like
film. It was a great night.
a moment in
believe it.
time
Meant to
that
be.
just It's incredible. It really is.
Did that give you the inspiration to get engaged after you watched this?
No. That had already happened. I'd actually drank a bottle of champagne that Pat and his lady had sent over, and then another one that came complimentary with the pool cabana, and then got all boozed up, went up to the room, watched this movie. Phenomenal
So
movie.
you don't know what you watched.
This guy's blacked out drunk.
Yeah,
We just,
come on.
and you, we
I-
know you're blacked out.
You guys didn't watch the movie, did ya?
But that's a normal state for those two, so they did watch the
I
movie
watched every
in
second
their
of that
normal
film.
state.
I loved it, and
It was
yes, I
incredible.
was pretty tuned up while I was watching it.
Boom.
But it was
So you fell
it
asleep
was phenomenal. It was unbelievable.
You made it through the entire movie?
You didn't fall asleep once.
Nope.
Fall asleep.
What room? Where'd you
on
watch
the edge of the
Tyler,
bed
what
watching
room
that
and
movie.
where were you?
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't.
98%
Were you in a
is real.
hotel?
I'm
Where'd
gonna
you
watch it.
Ty?
I'm gonna love it. I'm happy it's good. You're good question, AJ. Where did you
I
guys
was
watch
at
this?
a resort, and it was only $20.99. I said, "Hey, this is cheaper than going
Only
and getting a couple."
$15.99 for me.
Unbelievable.
See, there's no way.
You give when you're lying. You give too many details. That's the thing. You give extra
not true.
details when you lie.
You paid $21 for this and you loved it.
Oh yeah,
That is not a Ty Schmidt thing at all.
That shows you how good it is.
loved every second of
If
it.
if you were to get a can of chaw and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the same amount of tobacco as some other thing, you'd be pissed that you spent $6 on that or whatever.
Without a doubt.
You're saying $21, American Underdog, best movie you've ever
Yeah,
seen.
best 20. After I
dirt
watched
does he
it, I was
have on
like,
you?
shit, that should have been $49.99.
Boom.
Like, I almost felt bad.
We got him.
I
I'm
wanted
not
to
even
find
gonna watch
out
this
no,
movie
Warner's
because of this
Venmo and
bullshit.
send him $28.
No.
I'm serious. It was incredible.
That's bullshit.
I
Now
love
he
it.
wants us to spend $21.
No, we're not.
You
It's on
have to
stream. We
wait
can
months.
You know,
stream it.
hey, it's fine because when the Blu-ray comes out, the collector's edition, I will be buying it, and I'll just let know you guys.
He's lying. I don't believe you for a second.
Look out for some stocking stuffers, boys.
Yeah,
No
bingo.
way.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
So Kurt, when he came on the show before we went on air, I said, "Hey man, I haven't seen the movie." He said, "You haven't seen it?" And I said, I haven't seen it, but I'm planning on watching it, man. You know, the off season, I'm gonna watch it or whatever." He goes, okay. I said, "I heard it was good though." He goes, yeah. And he shakes my head, he sits down. I was like, "Oh, this could be a terrible conversation. Like, I probably shouldn't have said that. I should have just, I watched the movie. It was awesome, but I just couldn't help it because I didn't know if he was going to potentially think about firing some questions at me from the movie. Like, hey, whenever they did the blah, 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 that was actually my wife's idea, and I didn't want to get stuck in a,
really?
it's not about doing, so I just wanted to, it was almost like my guilty conscience was like, hey, I didn't see your movie. Everybody told me to. I was probably supposed to before this interview too, by the way. I appreciate that, but I did not see it. And at that time, remember, I was pumped to watch it.
Yeah.
I love good stories. I love everything about it. And Kurt has been nice to us, so I was pumped to see it.
Kurt's the man. No matter what's going on, whether Ty and Nick are lying or not, Kurt is an awesome individual.
Awesome.
We're
man.
not lying. I know he's awesome. I watched the movie.
Marshall Falk said he was incredible. Like, everybody has said he's awesome. He's been good to us every time he's come on this show. So, like, I will watch this, and I had high hopes for it. But the movie critics, Ty, Nick, probably AJ, everybody, this movie's going to be the fucking worst movie of all time. Then they watched the trailer. Did you see that fucking Mickey Mouse trailer?
Yeah.
This movie is going to be an embarrassment to the NFL. These were the things that these guys were saying. Now, all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe they get all boozed up at Cabanas, watch this thing, and they're dead straight face, Blu-ray, buying it, need a limited edition. That's what we're saying. We think these two are completely full of shit is the problem that we're dealing with.
Listen, I didn't think I could be won over. I did say all those things after I saw the trailer. I said
did
this
not
thing
notice
is
this
gonna
time.
this thing is gonna fucking stink.
Yep.
And I'm an Iowa guy, Warner's an Iowa guy. Okay, there's a lot of ties there. He played at UNI. That's right up the road from me. I watched the movie. Like, you know what? This was incredible. I feel terrible that I ever said anything bad.
All right, well, we'll
Kurt's
watch.
a Hall of Fame human being as well.
We'll watch
A lot of you and I in the
Yes.
movie as well.
Exactly.
AJ, what? What?
Is this taken
still shot.
from the movie or is this an SNL sketch?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly
Thank you,
what
AJ.
we're talking about.
How
AJ.
dare you? You said the
Look at the ball
same
security
thing.
on that guy.
Like a loaf of bread.
Shit.
It's a still shot, dude.
Why is he holding that thing?
Dude, you should see the way he slings the pill in this.
Listen, hold on,
Oh,
Ty.
There's no way.
I'm dead
I
serious.
know you're full of shit, dude.
No,
It's the worst
We need a
movie
clip of him.
ever.
Yes.
No,
I'm
It's
with
the
you,
worst
Foxy.
movie ever.
not.
I can't wait for the vindication after
I
you
know.
The vindication
I
from
can't
you
wait.
guys.
No.
You guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to watch.
Listen, he looks good. It looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to watch it this weekend. Well, unless War's on.
Or will be on.
Which I think War will be on the TV.
How do you not watch that? Dude, right? Everybody's doing
It's
that.
tough, yeah.
Everybody's watching that right now?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, put this one up, please. Look at that.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the guy does kind of look like him, and he's tall.
Throws the pigskin like him, too. He's hucking that thing around.
Look how Kurt's holding the ball, and look at that other still shot. He clearly didn't learn
You
a
think
goddamn
Kurt
thing.
wasn't on set?
Guy's an actor, dude. All right, guy is an actor.
What stadium? That's definitely a stadium from that picture, right? That they were filming.
This one here?
No, that right there. That's definitely a full, like, real stadium.
Jones Dome.
It's movies, dude. It's Hollywood, all right? I mean,
High school
geez.
stadium.
Anyways, let's give away $58,000.
Hell yeah!
What's that?
Just me, huh?
Why'd you say
That was just Connor. I didn't say anything.
I was the only one juiced up. Everyone else.
You were
is,
excited, but AJ said, all right.
Yeah, brought the moment down.
No, I meant like, all
deal.
right, that's good. That's awesome. So the boys, how many games did they win?
Yeah, so they won
The final
58%. I know Gumpy went like 14-7 or something. He made 21 picks, and I don't know if that was strategy that they enjoyed because the percentage, probably not going to go 100, but less likely to go 10 if we put a bunch of picks in there. He won 14-7. That's a hell of a
baby Gumpy.
There you
Gumpy did his thing.
22 and 16 was the total.
Okay, hey, Ross,
Pretty good.
There
you go, boys.
58%.
Pretty good.
And I said this earlier, AJ, that was the first time like their record was going to be displayed to everybody, and it actually affected people's pockets. So we've talked for months and months, years at this point now that, hey, these dudes somehow win all the time. Imagine we come in and say, $10,000 giveaway, because they only got 10% right. Like that, I don't know if the boys even knew that was
No,
potential.
I started 0-4. Nick and Diggs texted me, said, I hope your games are going well. We're in the bad spot.
Oh, so you guys were grinders
And
at
then
the end.
about 11:30 p.m., I messaged back. I said, I got this thing, boys. I'll take us home.
Yeah, baby.
Everyone go.
That's good team betting over there.
And it was honestly the first night that I didn't give a shit if we didn't win one game. So
Tony.
Why is that?
Tony.
Get Feel Good Friday.
You don't care about the people?
Hey, come on.
Money away. Audience meters.
I even tried stacking the deck. I went with heavy favorites, talking minus 300, minus 400 odds. Both those teams end up losing.
Oh, wait, which two teams are those?
The fucking Penguins and the fucking Florida Panthers.
You know what I'm saying? Penguins lost to the New Jersey Devils. I didn't know that until right now. How about
Well,
that?
the fucking Bruins cost me money too because they were supposed to win regulation. They went to overtime with the fucking Kraken.
And they won.
Anyways, dude, the Pens lost 6-1, I think. Was that last
Yeah, a
night?
lot of cement in the skates, refrigerators on the back. The boys were stuck in mud.
Dog walked. My God, the Penguin season might be over.
It's over.
Jesus.
They were minus 300 to win.
Yikes.
They lose 6-1. What the fuck is going on in Pittsburgh?
Didn't show up, took the night off.
The worst team in the league.
they were worried about more important things, okay?
What's that?
The Ghost.
Fucking Capitals won. What are you talking about?
Ghost of Kiev. Have you heard about this, dude?
Oh, yeah. Is that real? Has it been confirmed?
No,
yeah.
well,
Yes.
Tony's confirmed it 10 different times because I believe he wants to believe. And I think this is a great wartime story. Ghost is a dogfighter up there who he's looking to have the first undefeated season in the history of war. 6-7-0 in dogfights. No-
6 guys. He took down, 6 planes within the first day?
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty good. There's not a whole lot of dogfighting going on around the world these days. For him to do that in one day is pretty good.
What, in the last 30 years probably? I don't know when dogfighting
What about
was.
Snake Island? Those 13 dudes on Snake Island, too.
I'll tell you what, they did go down. And the president said we will go down facing, not our backs or whatever. Snake Island, hey, go fuck yourselves, dude.
Yeah.
All right. They're kind of, they were kind of in a.
They were screwed.
They're done either.
From
yeah.
jump.
Hey, listen, I don't know much about war, but I've been seeing a lot of it in my pocket and on TV. This is wild, man. It's wild. I hope it ends soon. Obviously, I hope everybody's okay. Let's talk about hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday 2022.
Okay.
Okay, this is the first week of the 2022 NFL season. It is coming to an end. I have absolutely loved this week. Started with Aaron on Tuesday, coming on talking about the PK cleanse.
Yeah.
Then we had news break, we had conversations made, and it was a glorious, glorious first 4 days back after a vacation that was probably too long, but the boys certainly deserved it. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you, Pat.
Wrapping up this week, hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday 2022. What you need to do is go ahead and tweet a picture, a screenshot right now. Screenshot right now. Do it. Okay. Oh. Kielbasa, boys. Okay, that's fake, by the way. That title is fake.
Yeah,
This is
not
real.
real.
Oh, is it?
That's a fake one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fake one.
That's a fake one.
This thing is 3 times as heavy as yours.
No.
You saw how hard
Bullshit.
it was to get on the
That's not
shoulder.
true.
No, I saw you acting. Mine is. You hear that?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow, boom. You just said you can't say that. Screenshot that. Post it at Cash App, with your cash tag, and then just say something nice to somebody. Okay?
Yeah.
Say something nice to somebody and at them. It doesn't have to be any of us.
No.
It can be somebody. Just say something nice to somebody. Hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday 2022. That screenshot from moments ago at Cash App, your cash tag, say something nice to somebody and feel free to add them. The world is wild. The world is crazy. We are very thankful and lucky for everything in our lives and the fact that we get to do this. The only reason why we can do this is because people like you watch, and we love you so much. $58,000 up for grabs because they hit 58% last night on Hammer Dahn. Congrats, boys.
Well done, boys.
We'll have 5 $10,000 winners, then $8,000 winners. Enter on Twitter. We appreciate you so much. We have to get to a break. I will be gone. I'm flying to Hershey. The boys shall take you home. You all are the greatest humans of all time. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to all of the boys. It's been great being back in here with all of you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everybody. You're the best. See you on Monday. Actually, tonight, SmackDown, big things popping off. Woo! Hershey, Pennsylvania. See you on Monday. You're the best humans of all time. Cheers. Hey, we're up to something big. Hey, we're up to something big, AJ. We are up to something. This is the coolest moment of the history of my existence. I think people are going to be startled. It's a joke, and I can't thank everybody enough, honestly. I'm up to something. It is a big time day. Let's go. Not only are we going back to Plum to do something cool, but today is the day that our heater horse has arrived for the Super Bowl. It's a pretty big deal. You know, whenever you get a chance to give back to where you're from, especially a place that helped create me and mold me, I'm very, very lucky to do it. I'm lucky to be from here, and it seems like the only smart thing to do would be give back. Stinks here, huh? What's up, Kennywood, dude? Kennywood is named after Kenny's Woods. A man named Kenny owned the hill in the woody area. They turned it into an amusement park, which is a Yinzer staple. So Jeezy actually shouts out this area we're in currently. I think life can be much simpler whenever you just take care of your people, enjoy your life, and do your thing, and that's all we're trying to do. You know, growing old, slowly dying. How about you? How's everybody? I'm gonna give a full lead up to how I got to where I'm at. I think I'm very lucky to be from here. If you're a kid that has walked through these halls, you understand something that not a lot of people do. I think Plum is a much different place than everywhere else. Man, there's Nick up there. Go look at Nick, how pissed off he is. This past summer, I was driving through here because I was here for an event, and Angelo Bolino, little blonde-haired kid, was kicking on the same field that I used to kick on as a child. And he had like 2 balls and a holder. And I was watching him kick, and then he would go shag for himself, and he would come back and kick. And the easy question is, if he had 10 balls, how much better could Angelo Bolino be? If I would have been able to have 10 balls, 15 balls, new cleats, new everything, chances to go to camps with my teammates and everything, what could have happened? So I said to myself, literally after meeting with Angelo, great season, by the way, dude. I said, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to try to take care of the potential humans and kids that were in my exact position in Plum. I'm going to give $200,000 to the Plum area soccer. I'm going to give $150,000 to the PMFA youth football. I'm going to give $100,000 to the baseball youth. I'm going to give $100,000 to the lacrosse. And then we're going to have $2 million in this fund that will just start. And hopefully it'll only go on from there. Sweet stuff for sports. Just anything to make everybody's, the teams and the players' lives easier, better. Trying to streamline the entire process of taking care of the athletes at Plum High School is kind of what it's all about. Hey, you too. Wow, dude, that was cool. All right, Narati, like the indie You're going to have a lot of people that have never accomplished anything in their life tell you that what you're thinking about doing isn't possible. Just because they don't think they could accomplish it doesn't mean anything to you. Cheers, everybody. Hey, we're all Mustangs here. Let's go.
Welcome back to Pat McAfee Show. Pat is on the road, taking off to Hershey, PA to commentate SmackDown. He's been away for a few weeks, so I'm sure it'll be a fun show for anyone tuning in or anyone that actually goes live to that event. Boys, I cannot hear the music. Not sure if I'm supposed to stop and not hit the beat, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Toxic Table, boys, everyone's still there?
Oh, yeah,
we're here.
You got it.
Music's done.
Yeah, don't worry.
Was it? Did I? So I ran right through it?
No,
you were
it
good.
was like a background beat.
Yeah, you talked
it
through
wasn't
that
our guy.
stuff. Yeah, no. It was not twined with the intro music, no.
Oh, okay, good. So did you guys hit on earlier today? I saw Matt Nagy's back at KC as the QB coach. You guys talk about that already?
No, we have
not.
We haven't.
Zito thinks he stinks.
What do you think, Zeke?
Yeah, I hope Patrick Mahomes is all right. That's all I got to say.
True.
Hey, wasn't it Nagy who had all of his play cards or play sheets like glued up or something to his basement walls? Did you know that?
I never heard that, but that's fucking hilarious.
Like when he was doing the
I really
draft?
feel like Nagy's basement walls were lined with a lot of like play cards from his whole career, which I was like, that's pretty cool. But what do you do when you move now?
You got to basically...
Not getting a safe deposit back, I tell you that much.
Yeah, you got to tear the walls down and move them out with you.
Yeah,
You gotta just cut the drywall out and take huge chunks of drywall with you.
Exactly.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and it's actually a lot cooler than you would think.
Yeah, it was a good idea. But I mean, you just hope you have some job security at whichever house you're putting that in.
Well, I mean, why don't you just like put them, like take pictures of them, and then you don't have to move an entire wall?
Well, is it like how his man cave set up?
Yeah,
does he
kinda
have that
seems-
up instead of posters and stuff?
I don't know. Where is it?
It looks like it's in his basement, kind of like around a card table. I sent the picture to Zeke, so I assume he'll pull it up eventually. But like, it's definitely all.
That's nasty.
That's sweet. Around a poker table too.
That is pretty sweet,
It's
man.
cool for like a fourth grader.
Whoa, geez. He gave Mitch his best year.
Oh no, Mitch gave him his best year.
True.
AJ, you think Mitch should have another chance?
Yeah, I mean, everyone deserves a second chance, right? Diggs and everything in life and football. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah, he should get a chance. I would like to see Mitch maybe a year or two from now, or I don't know, maybe next year something happens where he gets thrust into the lineup. It would be fun to see Mitch have like revamp his career and get some more respect, I guess, for what he can do. Mitch is super athletic. That's the
So
one thing I really like about him. I don't know if he's ever going to be an elite quarterback in the NFL, but I do like how athletic he can be.
Yeah, I'd love to see like him and Gardner Minshew on the same team, and then you're going to get at least one of them playing, hopefully an entire season, because I feel like we haven't actually seen either of them. And then Gardner played for the Eagles and won, and I mean Mitch didn't play a goddamn snap, but he beat the hell out of the Bears in the preseason. So it'd be sweet just to see what they could do.
I think either one of those guys could be good in Tampa potentially. Like they have a very good offensive line. They have some weapons still. Like I think whoever Tampa ends up getting, I think if it's one of these guys who's kind of a retread and needs another opportunity, I think that could be a very good landing spot.
Mitch is a free agent, so I think we're going to find out here pretty quickly what the league thinks of him, like who signs him, like are they signing him as a backup or potentially to be their starter?
Yeah, I guess. Are we able to go to calls? I know Zeke actually sent me a little deal of who is on there. If Nick is up there, is there any way we can go to Robert in South Carolina?
I think
Oh yeah, we have to tell Mitt because.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mitt, if you get on, let us know, Mitt, if they're ready. We'll talk to Robert in South Carolina.
Robert's on.
What's up, Robert?
Hey,
What's on your mind, pal?
Hey, big Pittsburgh shout out everybody. Safe travels for Pat.
Oh yeah,
safe travels.
I have a question for Tone Diggs, if it's okay.
Absolutely.
Rip it.
Big Pens fan, and I was in the military. I went to war 4 times.
Thank you.
Do you think the Malkin and all the Russian players are going to be affected by what's going on in Ukraine?
Nick's the hockey guy. I'll let him take that one.
Yeah, actually, I do. There's a couple guys specifically, Ovechkin being number one because he has openly campaigned and put a lot of public pressure on people to kind of get behind Putin. But it all depends on how the media handles it with him. Like, he can easily just say, like, hey, no comment, blah, blah, blah. And I think a lot of people are going to understand, hey, what's going on is it's a lot bigger than the game of hockey. So I think you don't want to put Ovechkin in too tough of a spot there.
Well, I heard him say too, like he was worried about his grandparents.
Bingo, he's still got family. A lot of the guys do. A lot of the guys still have family that lives back in Russia. So you ask him a question, and that's fair to ask because he has publicly supported him in the past. But I wouldn't expect a very in-depth answer. Let's say I would expect something concrete, quick, and quiet, just so they don't put their family members in jeopardy back home.
Yeah, and I appreciate the call, Big Robert. But no matter what, though, Ovechkin, you said I didn't know this. He's been, I guess, saying good things about Putin in the past. If he's asked about it and he has family living there, and I assume he goes back there every once in a while, he's kind of in a tough spot. He can't sit there and just rail on Putin, can he? If he has family there and he's worried about him,
No. Exactly. Yeah, his hands are really tied here.
For all of them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. What do you do? I don't know how you would handle that.
And then on the flip side, there's a guy like Artemi Panarin, who's like a superstar Russian player, playing in New York in a massive market, who has criticized Putin in the past and has kind of had issues with that, with his family being back there, and kind of had to dance around it. So now it's like both sides of the coin. It's a tough spot for a lot of these guys.
Ovechkin did talk to the press 20 minutes ago. He said, please, no more war. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
There you go.
We live in a world we like to live in peace and a great world. No more war, please.
So that's basically going against Putin, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a step forward, I guess, for him. Man, those guys are in tough spots. That's the biggest thing about the NHL, man. Guys from all over the world coming together, so many different languages. I always think about sometimes like how different of a life it would have been if you're a hockey, like different professional sports. Like football, yeah, we're in our own little football bubble. Everyone kind of knows everyone. Hockey, they come from all over the world. You got guys that are 35 on the team, and you got guys that are 19, 20-year-old kids, I feel like, coming from all different parts of the world. It's just a different life. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. The hockey players, I say all the time, are probably the most fun and the most relatable professional athletes on the planet, though.
For sure.
Well, one of your brother-in-law, right? Like Jack Johnson, I'm sure have you talked to him about like the different cultures and basically how, with, like you said, the different languages, how that can actually work in the locker room?
Oh yeah. It sounds pretty awesome. Like hockey has such cool, like weird traditions that they do, even like calling out the lineups for the night or their victory song that they have after they win games. Like they do cool stuff, man. I think those guys seem to all be very, very tight. Like hockey teams, there's not a whole lot of them, and you're traveling so much and you're playing so much together. I understand, man, why they kind of have a pretty tight bond.
Did you guys have a victory song after you won?
Not like an official one. Every year there was always kind of like a new, whatever the newest cool thing was that
Green
would play
and yellow.
sometimes.
Yeah, green and yellow, dude. Wheezy, green and yellow.
You were always listening to All Summer Long by Kid Rock, right?
Oh yeah, I wrote that. Didn't he steal that from Old Girl?
Who?
All Summer Long, isn't that part of or is that the
Joy
Sweet Home
Behar?
Alabama one?
He stole it from Joy Behar?
Joy Behar, what did she do, Diggs? I don't know.
Well,
waiting to go on
unfortunately, her
vacation.
Italian vacation may be ruined, so T's and P's to her.
I did actually watch that and see that. What has been the fallout from that?
A lot of mocking.
It felt a bit out of touch in the time when she said that. I feel like, right?
It did, didn't it? But no, I don't know.
I've been waiting to go for 4 years overseas. Now, who knows when I'm going to get there? Okay.
No, I don't know who Mr. Rock stole that song from. No.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, hey, I want to get to another caller here.
Okay.
Anthony in Austin, Texas. If we can dial Anthony up, I'd love to see what he has to say.
He's on.
Anthony, hey, what's up, bud? What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I wanted to first off wanted to give a shout out to Pat and his wife for what they do for the brand. I don't think it's enough recognition and support around that, so I wanted to shout that out.
Shout out.
So my question,
for sure.
My question, real quick. I I got first place in fantasy this year, pretty much due to Jamar Chase. We only get one keeper, though. I wanted to get y'all's advice. Who should I keep, Jamar, Alvin Kamara, or Dalvin Cook?
Had a baby Tone.
All right, Tony.
Tony, where you going,
All
Tony?
right,
Tony.
You heard him.
Who gives you the most? Which position gives you the most points in fantasy?
We do a full PPR league, so
receivers
PPR's
and
tough.
RBs
Jamar
who
Chase
can catch
seems
out of the
pretty good to
backfield.
me.
Yeah, but Dalvin Cook, he's getting Kevin
I
O'Connell.
would say Jamar Chase if it wasn't PTR.
Who were the other two?
Dalvin Cook
Jamar,
and
Dalvin Cook, and Alvin Kamara.
Who's going to be getting Alvin Kamara the ball?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's either
AJ.
Cook or Chase.
Yeah.
I was saying
is
this
Anthony
before
still
the
there?
show, AJ. Do you think Michael Thomas will be traded?
I don't know. Are they going to be able to carry his contract? Are they going to have to restructure? What are we doing there? I would assume you don't want to get rid of the guy, right?
Yeah, no way. Especially if you're going to have a new quarterback possibly coming into the system. You got to probably need a guy like a safety valve. And I mean, although Michael Thomas hasn't played in 450
years, it feels like.
days, he's still very, very good at football.
Well, and all those issues that he allegedly had with the organization, wasn't that mostly with Sean Payton anyway? So if he's gone now, and I mean Dennis Allen comes up and is like, "Hey, listen, we need you, pal. I know things haven't been good in the past." I don't think. I mean, I would assume that they definitely don't want to get rid of him.
Well, they can't cut him, right? Because then he would have a bunch of dead cap, and they're already $71 million over the cap. So they probably have to keep him on the team, yeah.
Or try to trade away to get under the cap. Maybe.
Which, I mean, I don't know how many teams are going to pay $16 million for a wide receiver that hasn't played in 2 years.
I mean, it can't be a great feeling right now if you're a coach or you're a GM or an owner of an NFL team and your quarterback situation is not squared away right now. That has to be a stressful time trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do? You look at the draft. They claim this year is not going to have a bunch of super high-powered first-round quarterbacks taken. I know Pickett from Pitt. Is his stock going to rise? Where do they project him going right now?
I think he's projected to be – he's the odds-on favorite to go first as far as quarterbacks are concerned. You'll look at Moxon, and it'll be anywhere from 8 to 18 as far as the first quarterback going.
Huh. I mean, I think this draft may surprise us a few times with some of these quarterbacks. I don't know. What is this draft? Okay, this draft, I don't know if any of you guys have really studied it yet.
A little bit.
What is this draft really good at? What position group? Do we know?
Offensive lineman, it feels like. Offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Okay, so it's a very, very useful position. A lot of people talk about building your team through your offensive and defensive line, but that doesn't turn into an exciting draft for people because a lot of people have no idea about O-linemen usually.
Yeah, especially because a lot of times sometimes they need to develop. But to your point about the quarterbacks, last year was all rookie quarterbacks, and then the year before it was Phil Rivers and Brady and all the QB switching. It feels as though this year there are more teams than ever that need quarterbacks, and there are less teams that actually will be trading their guys. I don't think the Seahawks are going to let Russell Wilson go because there's no guys to draft really, and the next best option is such a massive drop-off.
I guess, but so I know he took it. Did he take everything from Seahawks off of his Twitter and his social media?
Yeah, he did.
Just out of his bio, yeah.
What's the next step then? If we say, okay, something's going on here, Russ doesn't like Seattle, what's the next step he takes publicly where we say, okay, now he really doesn't like him?
Well, he won't take it publicly. Team 3 will take it publicly. It's two completely different things. But I'm sure it'll be something with, Pete Carroll like it was in John Schneider, right?
He might post a picture of the Space Needle or the fish market and put an X over it or something.
Yeah, maybe gonna miss this, and then him walking next to the water. Something like that.
Or he'll put a gracious or gratitude post up.
That'd be
praying hands emoji.
Praying hands emoji would certainly be, or even if he goes to an Indy Fuel game or something, a minor league hockey game, and posts his location from here.
The city suite.
Yeah,
something like that.
Or he goes to the top of the Empire State Building with Santa, oh, the view ain't too bad.
Yeah. I love New York. Something. I mean, that would kind of get the ball rolling. But he's got a no trade clause, right? And why would they ever trade Russell Wilson?
Or he tweets I love fries on my sandwiches. And then
Pittsburgh.
He's going to Pittsburgh.
Would they welcome him right away from day one? They'd welcome Russ in.
Oh, yes, 1,000%, 100%.
What about Team 3?
I'm not. Yeah, sure. Well, everything that comes with Russ, yes.
Did you guys see that clip of Russ and Sierra taking off? From the Drake show when Future was coming up.
Yep. I did see that clip.
What's that about?
Wait, they left before Future went on?
Yeah,
as he was coming on, you can hear it in the background.
I thought the family was close.
No, apparently he did not know Future was going to be there. And I will say, a lot of times when you see them together, they're holding hands.
Yeah, they weren't.
They were not holding hands when they were walking to the car.
Did she?
I don't believe.
Did she know?
I don't know.
Who are they mad at though? They can't. No one can be. You can't be mad at it. It just could be an awkward situation, I guess.
I assume they're probably mad at Team 3 for not notifying Russ and Sierra that Future was going to be performing at the end, because I assume that's something Russ would want to know.
Did he
I wonder
perform
if Drake did that on
Mask
purpose.
Off?
I don't know. Actually,
They might have been mad about that too.
They could have been mad about that.
Yeah,
about what?
If he performed Mask Off.
Yeah,
because they're pretty diligent about
COVID.
Mask on.
Oh,
yeah.
I get it. Is that what that song's about?
No, but
I mean,
unless he was
It plays.
a future teller.
Yeah. He wrote that song in like 2016, so I don't know if he might have known.
AJ, don't play dumb. We know it's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I've said that on the show here before. I don't know how many years ago, Corey Lindsley, All-Pro center for the Chargers now, played that for me, and I was like, this is real. Like, this is a real song. This is unbelievable. Like, I love the beat, the lyrics, everything about it just make me smile, really.
There was the one song on the plane you didn't ask to be changed or turned down.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, Gump, if you were, when we were flying, a little behind the scenes for people, we had a fun plane trip out to LA for the Super Bowl. Whoever was manning the DJ station, playing the music in that airplane, I'd say for a 4-hour flight, about 3.5 were garbage songs. I was like, all right, Gump, let's play the hits. How about a song anyone has ever heard before? Gump's playing all this underground stuff that nobody's ever heard for a reason, because it's not good.
Well, we had this conversation this morning. New music stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get, yeah, you're right.
Some.
Like, even groups that you really love, their new music, it does take some time, right, to get into it. And like, okay, there's the hook. Okay, I like it now.
Well, and you only liked Mask Off because you kept remixing it with "Fuck Your Vax Card."
Yeah.
You kept saying that.
I didn't just keep playing Kid Rock on repeat. Was the issue.
Wait, does Bob Rock? Is that in that new song? Does he say that?
And We the People,
or Tell Me How to Live.
Yeah, which one?
I think
the music
are they
video
both
we
new
watched.
songs?
Is it the one where he's riding the middle finger into space, or
the other one?
No, he's talking about Tell Me How. Yeah.
Well, also
middle
another
finger one.
behind the scenes thing the house in LA we're staying at. The boys would come over at night and we're hanging out. We'd stand outside and smoke cigars with over big, huge glass windows.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every night at one point, I look in there and Nick's in there by himself playing Kid Rock videos, watching Kid Rock videos, just loving life.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta let loose and
Yeah, especially in
watch
LA.
Bob go to work.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that the one where he's riding the middle finger, that video, I thought that was like 15 years old, but that's like 2 months old, right?
correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Brand new, pure comedy.
Yeah, We the People was just released.
Jeez, that's unbelievable. I want to go to one more caller here, though, guys. There's a guy in Illinois. Looks like his name is Hitchell Trubisky. Hitchell in Illinois. Are you on there, bud?
Hitchell's on.
Yo,
What's up, Hitchell?
yo, what's up, boys?
What's your question,
What's
bud?
up?
What's up? Keep it
Well, first, I want to give a shout out because you guys picked me to fucking win $10K for that Aaron Rodgers show. So let's fucking go! Yeah, let's go. Shout out Zito for picking me, Bear Down.
Shout out.
Shout out.
I got to send him his $2 grand now
I
that he
just
picked you, though.
What's up?
Never mind. What's up? Keep it moving, bud. What's up, Hitchell?
Oh yeah, keep moving. I just want to know if Coach Sirianni, if he is instilling any John Deere ethics into his team in the off season, if anything like that.
I don't know. I mean, does anyone in the studio know if Sirianni is a John Deere guy?
I don't.
I don't either.
No.
I would assume Coach Sirianni is a John Deere guy. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay, nothing runs like a deer. I tell my guys that all the time. Be a gazelle, be a deer. Nothing runs like a deer. We love John Deere in Philadelphia.
Hey, Coach Sirianni, though, real quick, I don't want to put you on the spot, but a lot of times going into oh yeah, of course. But I know going into like training camp, a lot of times teams will make T-shirts or something, and they'll have like a motto for that year, like some, I don't know, like tough and relentless or whatever they do. Do you know if you're going to have a motto this year going into camp?
I I haven't thought about it too much, but it probably, I mean, I'd get dog mentality, definitely a front runner. You know, we could put like a Scooby-Doo or something like that on a t-shirt and put dog mentality. I think that'd be pretty fun for players and their families.
Hey, how old is Coach Sirianni? Do we know?
38, I thought. 39.
I'm not sure. 38, 39, 40 in that range, probably.
Really?
40, yeah, 40.
40.
It's pretty impressive. The Philly fans, though, I feel like it because he did kind of, he brought some juice there. Like
Took
the
him to the
Philly fans
playoffs.
seem to like it,
Yeah.
right?
Playoffs, dude.
Took him to the playoffs. Also, kind of a genius. Swindled the Colts out of a first-round pick. Like, I mean, Jalen Hurts, he's a young quarterback. They got a shot. Devontae Smith was nasty.
We talked about Mitch. Like, is he going to be a starter? Is Carl Wentz going to start somewhere?
I don't know. I mean, I guess with the amount of jobs or the amount of teams that need a starting quarterback, you would think, but I don't know, man. There's no guarantee. Once you kind of get out of that rotation, if teams don't look at you like a starter, I think it's very difficult to get back there.
Yeah, I mean, he did make absurd plays that I think no starting quarterback should make, but he didn't play that bad. Like, when you just look at his stats on their own.
How many picks did he throw?
Like 6 or 7.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it
but
wasn't.
there was a lot that could have been.
That could have been, but
There were some tough ones, too, right? In the red zone going in, he threw a few.
Yeah.
Do you think the O-line's pass protection was bad because of the way he plays, AJ, or do you think they're just a run O-line?
Maybe a little bit of both, but I know quarterbacks can definitely make it tougher on an O-line if they don't know where they're going to be. A lot of O-linemen don't really like quarterbacks that get out of the pocket quick or move around too much because they're like, hey, I want to know where the quarterback is going to be so I can keep my dude away from there, like washing guys down if they're slanting hard inside or trying to take hard outside rushes. You got to trust that the quarterback's going to step up and it's not going to be a sack, things like that. I have to watch all of it to really see, but I'm sure it's a combination, just like most things.
He threw 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not
bad.
Really
Not bad
good.
at all.
Yeah, like he had a decent year, but if you don't go to the playoffs, if you don't win the Super Bowl, but if
So let's say he went to the playoffs. They didn't lose to the Jags the last week of the season, and they won one playoff game and then got blasted in the second round.
He'd
Would
still
we-
be there.
Would we be saying, hey, he's back?
Yes, guaranteed.
for sure.
All because that's how like slim the margins are, man. Like how tough it really is.
Can't lose to the Jags.
Yeah, but and they also had 7 Pro Bowlers. Like it's not as if there was 2 guys on the team and Carson was like bringing everybody up. Like they had 7 guys in the Pro Bowl.
It's also the way it ended too. Like they beat Arizona on an incredible play by him with all those guys out with COVID, and then you lose back-to-back games to not make it. Like it was such a high to such a low.
Their defensive coordinator just got a head coaching job. Like, I mean, their defense is great. Their offense, Jonathan Taylor led the NFL in rushing. Like, if you don't make the playoffs,
Is this good though? But think about it. For Frank Reich, is this good because more heat is going to Carl Wentz than it is to Frank Reich? I would assume with the meltdown, aren't they?
I mean, like publicly, but it was Carson is Frank's guy, right? So like, even though we're talking about Carson, like I doubt it's very comfortable for Frank in that building.
Although I don't know, because it does seem like he kind of at the end of the season he wasn't. Before all this stuff came out, he was basically saying like, "Yeah, we're going to reevaluate everything." And I think at this point he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to hitch my wagon to this guy. Like I've done a lot for this guy. I don't think I need to just continually, be his mouthpiece and support him if I don't think he can get the job done, especially if it means I might get fired because I want to keep him around."
Yeah, I just don't understand that tweet we went over early in the show, like the report that it's not solely on the field things of why they may move on. Like, what does that mean?
I agree. I have no idea
We know why.
What?
Why he had to sit out, close contact.
His vaccination.
Oh, you think they're upset
status.
about the whole COVID situation?
I mean, Irsay has said a couple times that he wasn't happy about it.
Oh man, I mean, you can't say that though, can you? Can you?
But COVID
can
in
you
the NFL isn't
do
a
that?
thing anymore.
He's paying
so.
him. He can say whatever the hell he wants,
Yeah.
right?
It's.
Yeah, good point.
The goddamn contract. That's aside from like Matt Ryan and Kirk Cousins. That's the worst contract in sports.
And you also see that Stafford won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Like the Colts were very in on Stafford. Like that could have been them if they got Stafford.
and he's half the price of Carson Wentz.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he's like 14th or 15th on cap hits for quarterbacks. I think.
Hey, is Jared Goff going to be the quarterback for the Lions next year?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For the next 10 years.
If he plays like he did at the end of the year, I'm all in on it. He was actually awesome at the end of the year once Dan Campbell took over play calling. So we'll see.
Really?
It did beat the Cardinals.
I still think they
Offensive
draft a
genius.
quarterback late, but Goff's the guy this year, and I think he can really earn that spot.
Yeah, I guess he's going to have to really solidify. Like, how many games do they have to win? You think?
10.
4.
He has to be good the first 4 games. First 4 games, if he's at all solid, then people will give him some time. But if he stinks those first 4 games, they go 1-3, 0-4. He's out, and they're bringing someone
You
else.
think Tim Boyle's going to push him for the starting
See,
job?
Tim
or-
Boyle, we can't have Tim Boyle back there. I love you, TB12, so much, but Jared Goff won, and then we got to at least get a rookie in there that can give us a little bit of something when we stink, give us a little bit of hope.
That would be a sweet place for Mitch Trubisky to go.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Been in
Yeah.
that division before. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think Dan Campbell and Gardner Minshew may just meet out and get along very well?
When Goff was bad, I actually tweeted out that Minshew would be 10 times better than Goff at quarterback right now, and I actually could see that happening, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Goff's got
It would be tough though for Goff. Like Goff isn't like a overly like boisterous, loud guy and
right.
big personality. To have Gardner Minshew, the backup, be that who he is, like a cult hero wherever he goes. That may be a tough QB room, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the boys rallied around Goff a little bit at the
I'm
end
dead
there.
serious. I'm all in on Goff after those last, I think it was
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 games. He played very efficient.
Hey, there's hope for everybody, right? I know we're wrapping this sucker up. We're gonna stay a little bit after hours there on YouTube. I know we have a few, 20, 30 seconds left here. Boys, what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything special?
Nothing special. Just
Sounds
hanging
like
out.
everyone's just pretty much doing nothing and enjoying #PMS Feel Good Friday.
Bingo.
That's right. $58,000 going out, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, big giveaways. That's awesome. Appreciate everybody watching, everybody listening on Sirius, however many people that may be. We have no clue. But Pat, I hope he enjoys Hershey, PA. We'll be back for not an Overreaction Monday. Come on back.
Come on back, baby.
Had to get it.
Got it in.
Hell
Had to get it after I stumbled right before that. Yeah.
You got back up, though.
Of course, man. It's about how you get back up.
Yeah, and that's also the first Friday where we're not going to have a PMS Overreaction Monday the next.
I know. First one in a long, long time, right?
Yeah, since August.
What can we overreact to on Monday, though?
It's college basketball.
There's a couple
dude.
things going on right now.
John Rothstein and
Yeah.
Wait, so when I want to see John Rothstein in his true element on TV, where can I find him?
CBS Sports Network.
Mm-hmm.
CBS Sports Network. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
at like midnight after the first round of NCAA tournament games, he will be on there and he will know every single guy's name, how many points they're averaging, how many rebounds they're averaging, how many minutes they're averaging, et cetera, and he'll fucking knock it out of the park.
Yeah, he's going to crush. I am worried that Gumpy's head is going to explode because he's going to have to place a bet, every 10 minutes, Gump?
That's usually how it goes. They do throw to him a lot on Saturday, though.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the studio all day for CBS Sports.
Who's he with? Is he the host or who is he?
He's usually on the left-hand side. I'm not too sure who's in the middle. I don't remember, but I do. He is on throughout the day on Saturday.
He is a wealth of knowledge. in
Saturday
college
is
basketball.
fucking chaos. College basketball, there's like 150 games every Saturday. It makes no sense because Friday there's like 10 every Friday. Then Saturday is just a gong show.
Don't want the kids missing school.
Correct.
Boom.
Yeah,
I forgot about the school part of
school. Especially those guys that are one and done. They come in, they go to class for about 2 months, and then bam, they're in the NBA.
Well, they still learn.
Big college experience they have, huh?
They learn. Yeah, for those 2 months.
Attendance matters. Got to be there.
Plus,
college basketball is different. I think college basketball is almost like NHL hockey. It's so much better. If you go in person, it's awesome. And you see how fast they dig and how hard they play.
Yeah, that's like baseball, too. Like, watching baseball, every single game stuff, but going to baseball games is sweet.
For the first 4 innings, usually.
True.
Dude, not if you got a guy that's throwing absolute Chad, just painting the black. It's pretty sweet.
I don't know though. It's hard though because everyone looks like they're throwing 800 miles an hour when you're watching from the stand. So I don't really want to see a guy strike everybody out. I'm trying to see some guys smoke some homers over out of the park. Pretty
Well, no shit. Guys who throw hard usually get hit harder.
You're dead. You know what? That's true. That's true, Ty. That's why you got into Harvard.
If you go to a baseball game, you have to drink at least 20 beers.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You literally have to.
Eat
How
at
many does your
least
dad
10
have,
dogs.
Foxy?
Oh, my dad's drinking 20 before the game starts, and then another 20 beers.
Your dad's drinking 20 beers today, dude.
Yeah, it's Friday, dude.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive.
Foxy actually came to a game when I was at Fenway. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We sat together the whole game.
And it was like the best baseball game you could go to. I think there was literally 6 home runs in that game.
Fenway is the best.
Was
dude.
it a night
If
game
you've
too?
never been.
Yeah,
Greatest park in America.
That place is a dump. You guys should go to PNC Park, best ballpark.
Hell yeah.
Nick is on record saying he loves it.
Yeah. Nick was
I
just
would like to
upset
go
it was
to. I'd like to go to.
120
Even though I'm not a
degrees.
huge baseball fan, I would like to see a game in Fenway. I think that would be special. I think Wrigley would be special.
Yeah, there are a few.
And then
New
PNC, that's the
Yankee
best.
Stadium,
Yeah, Yankee
PNC
Stadium,
Park.
sweet.
The town
Yeah,
sucks
never.
in
I never. I
PNC.
wasn't in the. I never went to the old Yankee Stadium or the new one. Is the new one? I know old school like diehards think it's weird, right?
Yeah, probably, but it's
Like it's
fucking
too much.
sweet.
Too.
It's
Oh, this is
sweet.
way too nice for us. We like the old history and the feel. The old one.
Yeah, but it's incredible.
It's so nice. Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Rudy Giuliani's just taking leaks next to you guys.
Yep, for sure.
No one
Did you
in
fist bump him?
No.
Well,
He also sat behind a
Didn't
mob
wash his
boss
hands.
as well.
Yeah, he ruined the mafia. So
Oh no. Did you guys ever ask Rudy what he was doing in that Borat movie when he sat in the bed?
Well, that was like 2 years before it
pre-
happened.
yeah.
So
Pretty Borat too.
you know,
son of a bitch.
But
He got
would've.
roped in. He got duped.
Yeah, I never seen the actual full scene, but
Yeah,
he
neither
did
did I.
get duped. I'd say.
I mean, it was an awkward situation all around. I feel like that. How'd that movie do? Was it the latest Borat movie, or was it called something else?
I don't think it did as well as the first.
Not as
one.
good as American Underdog, Kurt Warner story.
no, doesn't have
I
a
mean,
prayer.
first of all,
boy.
eventually one of these days we're gonna get down. We're gonna get the truth from
Just
you guys,
watch
from
it,
you
AJ,
two
and you'll
guys
get
that
the
are just
truth for
selling
yourself.
something.
There's no
right to
bullshit
us.
here. We're telling you the truth. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Watch
you
it
won't
yourself,
believe us.
and you'll get the truth.
And you know what? It'd be a great film to watch with you, your wife and your kids.
Yeah, your kids could probably learn something from.
Lady Hawk.
Yeah.
You know,
I should. It's a
real
great.
hero.
I mean, it's a great story, and what I've heard about the movie is obviously the story of Kurt Warner is unbelievable. It's a true underdog story. So yeah, it should be a good movie. Judging from that screen grab that I saw earlier, I'm just not sure the football scenes will exactly add up.
It's
Can't
a cliche for a reason. Don't judge a book by its cover. You can't take one still out of context and say, "Oh, this movie stinks." You got to watch the film.
You
Don't
do.
believe him.
And when you see fucking Zach Levi cut it loose on a deep post when Warner's playing in
Feeding
the
Isaac
Arena
Bruce.
League,
Wait, who is Zach? What position is Zach Levi?
He's playing Kurt Warner.
yeah,
That's
Jesus.
him, the quarterback with the ball security.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's on the
I don't
sideline,
believe
it.
dude, with his helmet off. He doesn't need the ball.
They're lying. I know they're lying,
Even
and I
that
know
ball.
they just want us
Watch
to
it.
waste
Look,
$21
Hey,
on this
dude,
movie.
lying.
that ball is plastic.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what the
that's
balls looked like in 2001.
Oh.
dude.
Yeah, that
Is
was
that
just
true,
not
AJ?
rubbed down.
believe it or not, that is a real Duke. Okay, they're not. It's not as Mickey Mouse as you may think it is. It's not Mickey Mouse at all. in
Sorry,
fact.
don't believe you.
And it
Guy
won't
who
be
plays
fucking
Ray
20.
Lewis is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray Lewis is in it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Does he have like a cameo, or does he have a big role?
Well, not the Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
No, it's someone
Oh, my
portraying
bad. I
Ray
thought
Lewis.
the Ray Lewis.
No.
No.
Someone portraying him.
Can you pop up a picture? Possibly. Sorry to make you guys work like this, but
finding it right now.
the actor that plays Ray Lewis.
I mean,
Yeah.
Zeet's searching.
I'm not bullshit.
I'm never gonna believe you guys until someone else says. But that's the thing. If I don't just watch it myself, and like let's say Tony watches it, Nick and Ty are gonna text Tony and say, "Hey, make sure you just say that it's
That's
good,"
not true.
so that everyone else
That's not
watches
true.
it.
That's not true.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
I don't know if that's Ray Lewis or not.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
that's
is.
right.
Was that guy on Deer Antler?
I don't think so by the size of his arms.
That was a weird
Filling
thing
out
to
that
happen. That
jersey.
deer antler
People
spray
thinking
situation.
that was something that made you big and strong.
It's not a tremolo
Deer
sandwich.
antler
What do you
spray.
mean? Vijay Singh, the golfer, got caught with it.
Yeah, it just makes you recover faster, right?
I don't know. Like
You
I don't
spray
even,
it under your tongue. It doesn't do anything.
It could be. It probably was like the Mark McGuire thing where he put the androstenedione up in his locker, the pill bottle,
Yeah.
because and said like, "What do you? Oh, this is all. What do you mean? This is what I take. This is all I take, right?"
No, it's just
legal at the time.
creatine, dude. That's all he did. Is creatine.
I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. I've told the story before. I know a guy that was a minor league catcher for a long time, and he was sitting there catching. He was in the minors for like 10, 11 years, got caught up a few times, and he's playing against Mark McGuire in a spring training game. Mark digs in with his right foot. He's digging in, and my buddy saw the veins through his baseball pants in his legs. Like, that's how strong and ripped and jacked that dude was.
So the guy had a trembolone and bologna sandwich every once in a while.
It's
Suing.
the off season.
Sure,
It wasn't really
sure
illegal,
wasn't
was
his
it, at
main
the time?
vein?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't his main vein fucking coming through the pants?
Trying to hit
Oh,
balls.
I don't know about that. Maybe John Hamm. I don't know.
Here's some more photos to see if we believe it's
Well, that
correct.
looks fucking
That's not
sweet.
bad.
Yeah.
Ball
looks
security.
good.
Does that check off for
That
you, AJ?
looks
Yeah,
good.
that's
That
good.
checks out, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Oh, that
Sweet.
definitely checks out.
Point out the mic.
nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Keep going.
That's all I have right here.
Okay.
Oh,
Background.
Maybe. I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah,
guess
see?
I'll give
Now
it
you're back
If
in.
it's $21, no. I
Well,
will
you're not going to be
watching it.
ordering it at a resort that's taxing
Wait,
you
so
big
Ty, you're
time.
telling me this was on like the pay-per-view screen at your hotel?
Yes, bingo.
Are
So
you
is
sure?
that
I don't know if
important?
that's the case.
What do you mean? Are you?
I don't know.
What do you mean, I'm
I've
sure?
been
I
to a
watched
hotel
the
in a while, but
goddamn
I don't know
thing
if that was available.
Well, I didn't stay at a fucking Holiday Inn, AJ. I mean, Christ, it was vacation.
Okay, good for you. Were you in Hawaii too, like the rest of them?
No, I was in Arizona.
Where at? Sedona?
No,
Scottsdale.
Yeah, it was Scottsdale. Scottsdale, Phoenix area.
Oh, okay, good. What about you, Connor? Where'd you go?
I went to New York.
Buffalo.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Connor, didn't you go stay in a bunch of random people's places?
Well, not random people, but yeah, essentially. Yeah. It was couch hopping, floor hopping. I
Just
finally.
different-
What? Go ahead.
Different
sorry.
buddies that you had. Did you set it up, or you just kind of wing it?
No, I only stayed at two places. One place on Wednesday, and then I was at my other buddy's house. I mean, I don't know why we're talking about this, but then I was on Long Island for the rest of the time.
I'm curious, Connor. Sorry. What about you, Nick? You went to Hawaii and got engaged. You had the biggest week of all.
Oh yeah.
I did. Thank you, sir. It was
What part of Hawaii?
Oahu?
Okay.
And
man.
also,
Surf?
it's Hawaii.
Did you surf?
I did not surf. No.
You talked to Tulsi Gabbard?
Didn't run into her. I was on the lookout though. I combed the beaches. Didn't see her.
Who's that?
Let me find out.
Just thinking anyone Hawaiian that I can talk about. Ty knows who she is.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
What's her name?
It is
Tulsi
actually
Gabbard.
pronounced.
It's AJ
she
trying to
was
work-
running against
It's AJ
Hillary and
trying to
different
work
people
his
back in the day.
politics into the show.
In
She's a house of representatives.
100-foot wave or something like that. There are a lot of people from Hawaii, and that's how they pronounce it.
Hawaii.
They do.
What?
Hawaii.
It's not Hawaii. It's Hawaii.
Yeah, well, it doesn't sound exactly like that. When someone that lives there says it,
Yeah, it does.
But isn't it for us? We can't say that though, can we?
Well, I don't know. I think so. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, Connor. Like, so if I start speaking with like a Boston accent, if I'm talking about Boston, is that okay?
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Would it be sweet?
Yeah. I don't care. I have more Pittsburgh accent than I do Boston accent, anyways.
That's a real thing, though, Connor. Did you try to beat the Boston accent out of your vocabulary? How did that work?
No, I never really had a Boston accent. I've said this a few times, but I'm from like North Boston, and there's a couple towns actually around mine that you kind of get the accent, but I
You're
just
still
never
wicked
had it.
smart.
Yeah, I can. You can turn it on and off, and usually when you go home,
Yes,
just
for sure.
when you hear it more, it comes out a little more. But I mean, I haven't talked to anyone from Boston in like 50 years.
When you drink, when you drink,
Probably when
your
you
accent comes out
get
more.
drunk, it picks up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I mean, now I love the Pittsburgh accent. It's way cooler.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't know. The Boston accent is known around the world, I feel like. And people that don't have it, some of them want that.
I wouldn't say way cooler. I'll say it's way more unknown. Like, I didn't even know about the Pittsburgh accent until I came out here.
Same.
Really?
Didn't even think it was a thing, yeah.
You should see
never
the
heard
Disney
of
employees
Yinzes?
doing the Boston accent when you go to Epcot. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
funny.
I bet.
Sweet.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Doing what?
I don't know if they're actually Boston people, to be honest with you, either.
I doubt it. I mean, a lot of people who try to do the Boston accent sound like, what's his name? Adam Sandler, and That's My Boy.
Donnie Burger.
Donnie Burger.
Donnie!
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, and we're going to wrap this up here in a minute. I saw Wahlberg pop up on something. Anybody see that movie that he came on here and promoted?
So, speaking of Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
it's not doing well on there.
The video game crowd did not like it as much as it was like perceived to be liked.
What the heck?
Video game movies are notoriously get absolutely killed. Like
I love the
Assassin's Creed
idea.
one.
I love the idea. Mark did a great job.
Yeah, I'm sure
Holland
Mark-
did a great job.
I'm sure they did.
But it's rough.
I'll probably watch it and see
Hey,
it.
if
I will.
Zito says a movie's rough, it's got to be the worst movie.
Wait,
on earth.
I don't
That
think
is
he's
saying something.
Did Zito go see it?
I have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
You
when
saw
know.
that in not
Wait.
American Underdog?
I have not seen American Underdog yet. I don't want to spend
Piece of
$21 on
Wait,
it.
did you go to theaters at Epcot?
No, it was here.
Oh. And it wasn't good.
It's good, but not good.
Oh no!
Oh, so it's
Okay.
bad.
It's
And
really
if Zito says it's bad, then it is.
It's tough to do a video game. Like I only played a couple of those games like a couple times, so I'm not like the diehard fan of Uncharted. But like, it was a good premise. It was a good story.
Pretend it wasn't a video game movie and it was just a movie. Would it have been a good movie?
76%.
On Rotten Tomatoes, or is that your score?
Zeet score.
Okay, that's not bad
Not
though.
terrible. That's
not Pretty terrible. good. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I was
But
worried
no-
about it when I saw
Actually-
the when it was being released, because typically movies that kind of stink are going to be getting that type of release.
Actually,
date.
Zito's score is actually 76 to 100.
Oh,
His
so
range.
it's 0.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah,
Oh.
it's bad.
Oh shit.
Well, I've never heard of the game.
Oh, it's a great game.
It's
Great
amazing.
game.
Is that just I'm too old or what?
Yeah, definitely. I think it probably came out in like 2010.
PS3 original maybe.
Yeah,
But it,
2009.
was it like a giant game?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
massive. Yeah.
Pretty big.
Okay.
Were you a PlayStation guy growing up?
No, he was a piranha guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
over
was gonna
Xbox,
say.
I would say. Yeah, I had
Oh,
PlayStations.
then yeah, you would have played it. Then.
But all you played was like Crash Bandicoot and Tetris, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. F-Zero for Super Nintendo back in the day for the old people out there.
Sure.
Nice.
That thing's fucking sweet.
Sure.
The Nintendo Power Pad, I would race people and do the
the
hurdles,
Olympic events. Yeah, that was awesome.
like in 1989. That's a while ago.
Did you get your kids consoles, or do they just like rip the guitar and like pee in the
No,
backyard?
they don't. We do not have any like gaming systems like that. I don't think we're going to, but all their friends do, and that's why my kids definitely don't know like NFL rosters like all their friends do, because their friends like there'll be games on, they're naming all these players, and my kids act like, oh yeah, of course I know him. Okay, and I realize they don't know anybody because they don't play Madden.
Yeah.
Are you one of those weirdos who only let your kids watch TV for like 15 minutes a day?
No. There's a whole, there's people love to virtue signal. Oh, my kids have never had an ounce of sugar, never seen an iPad, and never even turned a TV on. They're
General
12
Bob.
years old. I'm like, okay, cool.
You sound like General Bob, so I know that is exactly who's saying that.
No, that's not Bob. I'm just people like to do that. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. No, my kids they're allowed to do pretty much.
How were the
whatever
kids on the
they
cruise? Were they
What's
good?
up?
How were the kids on the cruise?
Great, man. We had fun. Luckily Bobby has 4 kids, so they in our ages are very similar. So they palled around together, and we gave the older ones some freedom. We'll let them go out there and go, look around for a while and meet up at a certain time at a certain place. So our kids got some ownership and felt like they were grown ups a little bit. At least the older ones, younger ones, we can't
Have a
do
few
that
cocktails.
with. But there's a water park. We did everything, man. It was awesome.
Did they have a kid camp all day on the actual boat?
No, there's no kid camp there.
I used to run that back in the day. No big
Yeah, he
deal.
did it. He ran
On a
the creek.
boat?
Yeah.
He worked for Carnival.
Yeah.
You worked on a cruise ship, Zeke?
Yeah. 3 months.
How'd that happen?
Huh? Got bored in the summer.
Okay.
It's pretty
That's
fun.
a good gig.
Yeah.
Did you shove your kids in an inside room with no windows, or were they out on the balcony?
No,
room with
they
you?
made us go in the kid
I
room
was
the whole
talking to
time.
AJ.
Oh, never mind.
What do you mean? We had the 2 little small connecting rooms.
Oh, you
There's a
gotta
balcony
get a
that we didn't.
balcony.
They're
With
not allowed
balconies?
out on the balcony.
Jeez,
balcony.
cheapskate couldn't get the Admiral suite. What the hell's that about?
No,
Bob reserved
Was
all
that
of
just
them.
for urban?
it's Buckeye Cruise for Cancer, raising millions of dollars for cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So no, I wasn't going to try to take one of those crazy rooms. That's what the big donors get, man. The big sponsors.
I'm starting to put things together. Maritime law and urban. That's why he decided to do a
jeez.
cruise to get in the middle of the ocean, international
No,
waters.
Herbs wasn't there.
Well, I know, but he's been there for the last 12 years.
No, not 12. He was there for he's 5 or 6 of them, no question.
Maritime law is a lot different.
I heard
than-
his legacy has been tainted in the Columbus area.
Oh,
AJ.
use the word taint.
From what? What's it tainted from?
I was in Columbus over break, seeing some family in Powell, Ohio, and they said Urban's not the hero he once was in Ohio.
I mean, I'm sure that's the view of some people. I don't know how everybody feels, but were you really in Powell?
Yeah, I got family there.
Powell's
You should have texted me, Powell. I live like 10 minutes from Powell.
Texted you about 5 times, you never replied.
Oh, you dirtbag.
Who's this?
Wow.
Gump knows he is lying. There's no chance I didn't respond. You definitely never told me you were in Ohio.
No, I didn't tell you that, but I sent you a bunch of things that deserved a reply.
Wow.
You sent me news stories.
He was in an international
I
water.
replied a few times, but on the boat, though, for real, it didn't really have
a lot of
phone
service.
service too much.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Do you got parent-teacher conferences coming up, AJ?
We've already had them, yeah. Why?
I bet you hate those.
Oh yeah, so many OHs.
No, we do it well. You got to do them virtual now. That's the thing. At least.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't hate them. They're good. I mean, I get nervous going into all of them. Like, okay, here we go. What are they going to tell us about our kids that we don't want to hear? Like, how terrible have they been? And luckily, our kids are much better behaved outside of our house than they are inside the house.
That's
so I'm
nice.
like, okay, I'd rather have it that way than you go out there and be terrorists to your teachers and friends and everything.
Well said.
Good
Well, hey,
parenting.
yeah, I was going to say, that makes you a great father. And
does it?
Your wife a great
Thank
mother.
you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
What do you? None of you guys have kids, do you? Huh? You guys will eventually.
Not that I know of.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, that's a good joke, Z.
Ew. Cruise ships, you know.
Get it?
Cruise ships. Did you really work on a cruise ship?
Yeah, it was 3 months. It was like 4 trips, I think.
Did you enjoy it?
It was fun. I would never do it. Like those people, like those lives, it does suck.
Yeah. Did you become friends with all the other workers? Because didn't you have to share a room and everything?
When you're in the quarters area, yeah, they're just very tiny. You don't share a room, but they're super tiny rooms.
Man, that's a different life. I always thought about that. Different people that are out there, and they go work, 3 months on, 3 months off?
It's like the Below Deck show. It's a good show, by the way.
It is a very good show. Yeah, it's very similar. Besides, like being on like a yacht.
Yeah, and like
very high
So,
end. But
Z, when you were not working in the kids club, what were you able to go explore the ship and do anything you want to go climb the rock wall or do the little surf thing in the back?
when everyone's off the boat, yeah, there's still people. I don't know why people stay on the boat instead of getting off. I never understood that. Because when you dock, like people stay on.
One of the years I stayed on the boat somewhere, and it was kind of nice because the boat clears out and it's like you get the whole thing to yourself.
Yeah, so like if everyone's off the boat, yeah, I'm like eating every burger in the fucking stands.
Yeah.
But if there's people walking around, like if there's AJ walking around, I can't do anything. So thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you get off at the Can you get it off at the islands and go do excursions?
You get like every 4th day, if I remember correctly, or 5th day, you do get like a vacation. So you gotta get off.
That's sweet.
Would you go with other people on the boat, or would you go by yourself?
Yeah, you go with you get friends on there. So like Dominican Republic was my favorite. I love Dominican.
Who was your best friend on the boat?
I don't remember. Did I even have any friends? I don't know.
Miami Vices.
It was a volleyball named Wilson. Castaway joke, Tom.
Yes, I got it. It's a good movie. It was a very good movie. And with that said, we're going to wrap this sucker up on this Feel Good Friday. What's the hashtag again, guys?
PMS Feel Good Friday 2022.
There it is.
Good luck tomorrow, AJ. Big game.
Yeah, go get him.
Yep.
Columbus plays Vancouver Whitecaps, kick off the MLS season. Good luck, pal.
Actually, it's never.
I got invited to go to that actually from somebody. They asked us to go. We're not going to be able to make it. I'm surprised they're already doing that.
Good luck, though, dude.
What a jerk.
What a jerk.
Hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday 2022 is the #1 trend.
Okay, let's go. So we're giving away $58,000, correct?
Yes.
If they took a screenshot earlier and then say something good to somebody online
with the hashtag. Yep.
With
Bingo.
And their cash tag.
And their cash tag, and I believe tag Cash App as well.
Bingo.
Okay, makes sense. That's awesome. 58 grand. Thanks, guys, for making your picks and giving away all that awesome money because of you, even though I know that's a below average hit rate for you guys, but that's still pretty damn good. I feel like if it's your bad day and we're still giving away $58K, it's not too shabby of a deal by you guys.
Great job, Hammer Don.
Every day of the week.
Great job, guys. All right. Overreaction Monday on all of the crazy overreactions we're going to have from this wild weekend of college basketball and, of course, the kickoff of the MLS season, which we all have been anxiously awaiting.
Yeah.
So,
And SmackDown
Monday,
tonight.
We'll see everybody there, guys. Sorry, when we're talking, I can't hear anybody. For some reason, it mutes you when I'm speaking. When Pat gets off here, it gets weird. What do you guys want to say? Do you want to finish something up?
Yes, we're also going to be overreacting to SmackDown at 8 o'clock on Fox tonight.
Hershey, PA. That's going to be, I mean, that's a home game for Pat, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Let's go.
Tony says
I mean, same state.
Same state, sure.
It's close.
Oh, Diggs doesn't like Hershey.
No, but it's like 4 hours away. So,
big state, wide state,
big state, big state, wide
state. Hard to get around. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks, guys, everyone for listening, everyone for watching. This is the Pat McAfee Show. I'm obviously not Pat. I'm AJ Hawk filling in for Pat. He is at SmackDown tonight, so watch that. We will react to that on Monday. Everything else, PMS Feel Good Friday 2022. Is that correct?
Bingo.
Yes,
you got it.
That is the hashtag. Tag Cash App as well in that. All right, boys. Appreciate you. Thank you guys.
Thank you
for
AJ.
coming on here. Hammer Down is coming on in 15 minutes, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna go 3:30.
3:30. Hammer Down, doing great work. Thanks, guys. Everyone. We will see you Monday.